When I just started college, my wife turned out to be the school beauty and a senior. Just because the girl he secretly liked for 3 years said she would be with him if he got into the same university, Fang Haoyu chose to repeat a year. After a year of studying day and night, all to be with her, he finally succeeded in getting into the same university, but the girl he had a crush on suddenly had a change of heart. It hurt. So much pain. What was the point of all his efforts this past year? After the heartbreak, his parents surprisingly told him he had an arranged marriage. The most crucial part was that the girl he was betrothed to was none other than the most popular and aloof senior at his school, Jiang Jian. And just like that, they ended up getting their marriage certificate in a confused state. Dad, Mom, I want to dye this thing green. Don't. I'm kidding, let's talk it over. Dad, can you put away the 7 wolves? Fang Haoyu trembled as he looked at the 7 wolves his father had taken out. The main theme is a loving father and a filial son. The college entrance examination is over. This is the second week after the college entrance examination, and the results will be out near noon today. Fang Haoyu can't help but want to try all kinds of things. After all, 3 years of high school. No. His 4 years of high school. 3 years of high school plus 1 year of repeating. He can't help it. He wants to try all kinds of perms and dyes. But Fang Haoyu looked at his father, who put the belt back on in front of him. It seems that it is not so smooth. Fang Ling, I tell you, I didn't stop you from dyeing your hair. At least you should wait until the results come out. Don't do what you did last year. You dyed your hair halfway and suddenly told me that you want to repeat the year. Fang Haoyu scratched his head awkwardly. That was an accident. It won't happen this year. It will be fine. He was very confident. Originally, his grades last year were not bad. At least he could get into a first-class university. At that time, he had a classmate named Shen Yi whom he had secretly loved for 3 years. The relationship between the two has always been very good. It can be said that before they graduated, everyone thought that the two would be together. Of course, Fang Haoyu thought so too. So at the end of the college entrance examination last year, he chose to confess. Shen Yi, I can be with you, but you must be admitted to the same university as me. This is my condition. This is also the reason why Fang Haoyu chose to repeat a year. It's not just because he didn't perform well in the college entrance examination and failed to get into a better first-class university. Another factor is that he wants to be with the white moonlight he has liked for 3 years. So in the year of repeating, he worked very hard, getting up early and going to bed late, just to get into Jiangda. At this time, Fang Haoyu was anxiously waiting for the score. Fang Ling teased, "Why are you anxious? The score won't change. Did you go to the Douyin comment area to get the score? So anxious." Fang Haoyu rolled his eyes at his father. "If it's useful to get this, why would I repeat the year?" At this time, Liang Yun walked into the study room with fruits. "Don't worry, no matter how the exam is, as long as my son is happy, it doesn't have to go to a key university. When you come out, your dad will arrange for you to work in your uncle's company." Fang Haoyu said helplessly, "Mom, I don't know what I will do in the future, you arrange it." Fang Ling said bluntly, "It doesn't matter what you arrange, anyway, you just go in and get an extra salary, you just need to fish, anyway, your uncle doesn't need your little money, what's wrong with getting a little wool from him?" Fang Haoyu even found a future job in advance before he went to college. Ding! Fang Haoyu's WeChat rang. The results are out. His classmate just sent a message to remind him. Fang Haoyu quickly refreshed the page to check the results. Still, it didn't come out after refreshing for a long time. "There are too many people, take your time, don't rush. It's out. 680 points. Heisey is talking." Fang Haoyu jumped up excitedly. This score is definitely enough to go to Jiangcheng University. This also means that he can be with his white moonlight. Awesome. You are worthy of being my good son. Inherited my intelligence. Fang Ling couldn't help but give a thumbs up. Then Fang Ling and Liang Yun immediately took out their phones and started to report all kinds of good news. "How do you know my son got 680 points in the college entrance examination? What did you eat for lunch today? My son got 680 points. Looking at his parents who love to show off, Fang Haoyu sighed helplessly. When will his parents be as calm as himself? They are still too naive. Fang Haoyu took out his cell phone and made a call. Hello, is this Wang Jianfeng? How do you know I scored 680? Wang Jianfeng, question mark. Fang Haoyu returned to the room. Finally he could be with her. Thinking that she would be his girlfriend in the future. Eat together, go shopping together, study together, play games together. Fang Haoyu twisted like a maggot on the bed. Then he couldn't wait to call the number he wanted to call the most. Is it? Shenyi? Shenyi, it's me, what's wrong? Fang Haoyu cleared his throat. Do you remember what you said to me last year? Shenyi frowned. What did you say? Fang Haoyu, you said you would be with me if I got into Jiangda. My results are out, 680 points, Jiangda is a sure win. After he finished speaking, there was suddenly no sound on the other end of the phone. So you can be with me now? Fang Haoyu asked cautiously. There was silence on the other end of the phone for a long time. Why don't you say anything? Fang Haoyu also had a bad feeling. Shenyi, I'm sorry, I may still have to reject you. In fact, it's good for us to be friends. Fang Haoyu was stunned when he heard this, and his expression was full of astonishment. He didn't even hold the phone firmly. It can be said that the heart that was hanging finally died. Shenyi said with a slightly apologetic tone, I didn't mean it. I didn't expect you to really take it seriously. I think it's good for us to be friends. I also like the things you gave me over the years. Fang Haoyu picked up the phone and smiled bitterly. Enough, you don't have to say it, I know everything, sorry to bother you. After hanging up the phone, Fang Haoyu fell on the bed with a bang. It can be said that he was as dead as a ash at this time. He touched the position of his heart. Now he just wants to say, it hurts. It hurts too much. Why didn't she say it earlier? It's good for everyone to refuse early, isn't it? Why did she accept all the gifts he gave her during his repeat year? You know, the things he gave were basically things that couples would give to each other. Does accepting a gift mean that I agree? Forget it. I just blame myself for being sentimental. When Fang Haoyu thought of this, he was more disappointed than sad. He was disappointed with Shenyi. I just misjudged her. Don't go to Jiangcheng University. Fang Haoyu had a little resistance to Jiangcheng University at this time. He really didn't want to see Shenyi. It was awkward. Anyway, it was no problem for him to get into a first-class prestigious university. Although he was rejected, at least his score improved. He can go to a better university. This is also the benefit of repeating the year. Fang Haoyu kept comforting himself. Huh. It's okay, it's okay. He had liked Bai Yueguang for 3 years, so it was definitely uncomfortable, and it was impossible to adjust all at once. At this time, Wang Jianfeng called him. You're a Jiangda with a solid score. Shenyi should agree to be with you, right? You have a partner, right? Chapter 2 The college entrance examination has just ended. You want me to get married? Fang Haoyu said calmly, no, I was rejected. Rejected? Wang Jianfeng obviously didn't believe it. He knew Fang Haoyu. In terms of appearance, he can be said to be handsome and very attractive. He is the type that becomes more handsome the more you look at him. Shenyi has been playing with him for so many years, so she should be able to feel it. He has good grades and a good family environment. His family doesn't have a mine, but at least they have some money. He is tall, about 1.8 meters. The most important thing is that Fang Haoyu has liked Shenyi for so many years, and all the suitors in high school have been rejected by him. You can say that he is very loyal, right? Just imagine, a handsome, 1.8 meters tall, and a loyal man with a little money from his family likes you, who can resist it? Just be happy. Wang Jianfeng felt that if he were a woman, he would have agreed a long time ago. This Shenyi is really strange. Could it be that she is actually a man? That's why she can't be with Fang Haoyu? Wang Jianfeng began to think of various possibilities at this moment. Are you kidding me? Fang Haoyu, do you think I'm kidding you? Wang Jianfeng, then are you still going to Jiangda? Or come to Haider? There are so many beauties here. They are basically wearing shorts and skirts all year round. I tell you, there are so many beauties. I can see mini skirts when I go to the express room to pick up the express. Fang Haoyu obviously didn't want to talk about this now. I probably won't go to Jiangda. As for where to go, I haven't decided yet. I'll discuss it with my parents when the time comes. Wang Jianfeng also saw that he was in a bad mood. Okay, if you're really in a bad mood, I'll take you out for a drink. After hanging up the phone, Fang Haoyu didn't feel happy at all about the results. Instead, he felt disappointed. Son, which university are you going to? Fang Ling asked at the door. You can go to Jiangda with this score. It's close to home. Then you can go with. Halfway through the conversation, Fang Ling also found something wrong. Shouldn't his son be excited at this time? Fang Haoyu walked out of the room with a look of disappointment on his face. Seeing Fang Haoyu's state, Fang Ling could also see that he was unhappy. What's wrong, son? You can tell your dad anything. Your dad can solve anything for you. Fang Ling comforted. Fang Haoyu didn't hide it. He came to the living room and told his parents about his failed confession. Har har har, my son is so handsome and can still be rejected. Fang Ling couldn't help laughing. Fang Haoyu, ? He now doubted whether he was his biological son. His confession failed, but his dad actually laughed so happily. Liang Yun couldn't help laughing secretly. Fang Haoyu couldn't help but feel a little puzzled. What are you laughing at? Is it funny that my son failed in courtship? Fang Ling controlled his expression and said lightly, why didn't you tell me earlier if you have someone you like? Otherwise, I would have told your Uncle Jiang in advance. Uncle Jiang? Why don't I know him? Fang Haoyu didn't know this uncle. Fang Ling said unhappily, stinky boy, you usually don't want to go out to eat with me more often. He hugged you when you were a child. It seems that when you were 5 years old, you pulled him to take you out to play. But you shouldn't remember things that happened so long ago, so it's normal that you don't know him. Hold him. Everyone he met when he returned to the village said that they had hugged him. But he didn't know any of them. Wait. Why should I tell Uncle Jiang in advance if I have someone I like? Fang Haoyu took a step back. Could it be that Uncle Jiang is greedy for his body? He is a straight man. And he doesn't like old ones. Fang Ling rolled his eyes at him. Don't let your mind wander. What are you thinking about? As a father, he knew exactly what his son was thinking. Then he explained calmly, when you were a child, I arranged a marriage for you. Yes, it was with your Uncle Jiang's daughter. Liang Yun also echoed at this time, I tell you, the little girl from the Jiang family is so pretty. She is in Jiang University. When you apply for Jiang University, you don't have to be in a long-distance relationship. Stop. Wait a minute. Do you mean I have always had a marriage? What era is it now? I want to pursue free love. Don't you consider my opinion? And don't you consider other people's opinions? What if the girl doesn't want to? Fang Haoyu was stunned at this time. He couldn't handle a sudden marriage. Fang Ling slapped his head in anger, you little brat. You're still being ungrateful. Do you know how good your Uncle Jiang's daughter is? Fang Haoyu covered his head, excellence cannot go against the wishes of a decent woman and man. Fang Ling snorted, I don't disrespect your freedom of love. I told your Uncle Jiang at the time that as long as you don't fall in love after the age of 20, I'll let you two get married. Is that respectful enough? I gave you 20 years to find a partner, but did you find one? Fang Haoyu. Because he studied at night and repeated a year, he was 20 years old when he graduated from high school. Didn't I study hard for the first 20 years? You said you would break my legs if I fell in love at school. Fang Ling turned his head away guiltily, I don't care about this. I told you not to find one, so you didn't? And you can't find one secretly. He couldn't say he did it on purpose, right? Liang Yun also nodded in agreement, yes, your dad started dating in his first junior high school. Fang Haoyu finally understood. The couple stood on the same line. Mom and Dad, I understand your anxiety for me to find a partner, but I'm only 20 years old and the college entrance examination has just ended. You want me to get married? Is this reasonable? Do I have to fill in married forms in school in the future? Fang Haoyu still couldn't accept it. The most important thing is the girl's wishes. Aren't you forcing her? What if I'm posted online? Fang Ling sneered, you mean if the girl has no objection, you have no objection? Fang Haoyu sneered, if she has no objection, then I definitely have no objection. How could the other party have no objection? Unconditionally marrying a man she has never met? No. Do you think this is a novel? He can already imagine the scene where the other party swears to die and finally has no choice but to cancel the child marriage. As for him, let the girl refuse this kind of thing. Otherwise, if he refuses, the other party will be very embarrassed. What a gentleman boy. Fang Ling didn't care what he was thinking, but directly dialed a phone. Hello, Xiaoyan, yes, it's me, Uncle Fang. Fang Ling said with a smile. Fang Haoyu was a little speechless. His cheap father was so cautious in his tone, and those who didn't know would think that they had a good relationship. It's over when he scolds you or not. Fang Haoyu completely forgot his sadness just now, and now he wanted to see his father's embarrassed expression after being rejected. The child marriage your father told you about, my family has no objection, it depends on whether you are willing or not. If you are willing, you can go to get the certificate in a few days. Fang Ling turned on the hands free so that the other two could hear her answer. Chapter 3 I have no objection. I have no objection. The voice on the other end of the phone was very pleasant, and the tone was very calm, as if it was a trivial matter. I told you, it's definitely not possible. Fang Haoyu had an expression that I already knew. That's good, that's good. Remember to contact Uncle when the time comes. I won't bother you anymore. Fang Ling hung up the phone with a smile. Wait a minute. Fang Haoyu only reacted at this time, she said she has no objection. Fang Ling, what else? Fang Haoyu, no, she has no objection, but I do. She doesn't even know me. How could she agree? Fang Ling said proudly, you said it yourself, as long as the other person has no objection, you have no objection. If you say you have an objection now, you are slapping the girl in the face. If you dare to regret it, I will give you 1,000 yuan for your living expenses in college, and you will survive in the wilderness by yourself. But if you get the marriage certificate, I will be there for a month at that time. I'll give you 3,000. Fang Haoyu, no, Dad, please help me explain. I'm still a pure boy. I haven't been in love yet. How can you let me get married right away? Liang came over and persuaded, son, you said that if she doesn't have any objections, you don't have any objections. It's not good to regret it now. Fang Haoyu felt very aggrieved, but I don't know what she looks like, and why should she agree? Liang took out her photo. Oh, this is her photo. I swear to never obey. He was stunned when he saw the person in the photo just halfway through his words. The girl in the photo is beautiful and charming. A black dress outlines her graceful figure. She is tall and slender, with smooth and natural lines. Her skin is as white as snow, exuding a cool luster. Her hair falls on her shoulders like a waterfall, gently brushing against her fair skin, which makes her more cool and mysterious. There is no excessive decoration, but it still exudes a unique charm. It must be said that Fang Haoyu's heart skipped a beat when he saw the photo. Too beautiful. And he felt familiar with the girl in the photo. Fang Haoyu swallowed, but then again. Fang Ling rolled his eyes when he saw his son's crazy look. If he had known, he would have taken out the photo earlier. Okay, your father will definitely not hurt you. Fang Haoyu was silent for a while, but still shook his head. Your son doesn't seem to be worthy of her. I admit that she is very beautiful, but neither of us know each other. Fang Ling, I don't care about your reasons. Anyway, we are going to get the marriage certificate the day after tomorrow. If it is not suitable, we can talk about it at that time. Just don't do anything to me. Liang murmured, yes, she has been waiting for you for so many years. Fang Haoyu asked doubtfully, wait for me. What does that mean? Did I say anything? I didn't say anything, did I? Liang said guiltily. Fang Haoyu didn't care too much. Okay, I know, I will make it clear to her when the time comes. Fang Haoyu sighed. I plan to explain it to her in person when the time comes. After all, getting a marriage certificate is not a small matter. This is marriage. It's a big event in life. If it's not suitable, I divorce. Wouldn't it be a second marriage to find someone else? She must have been forced, right? I'll have a good chat with her then. Fang Haoyu took out his mobile phone and looked at the photo her mother sent him. It must be said that his childhood sweetheart is too beautiful. She is definitely a school beauty. Jiang Jian. I always feel that I have heard this name somewhere. And I don't know why I felt familiar the moment I saw her. My heartbeat also accelerated. But he can be sure that the two have never met before. At least he can't find this person in his memory. So Fang Haoyu attributed all this to lust. He was just rejected, and he fell in love with another girl at first sight. It must be because she is too beautiful that he felt moved. Everyone has a love for beauty. If he could talk it through, he wouldn't have to go to Jiangda. He really didn't want to see Xinyi. He fell asleep thinking about it. Uncle Fang, I'm here. Xiaoyan? You're here. Come in and sit down. Liang Yun hurriedly called Jiang Jiyan in. Today, Jiang Jiyan was wearing a clean white dress, just like the first ray of sunshine in the morning, fresh and moving. The length of the skirt was just right, gently brushing her skin, outlining her slender figure. Her long hair fell on her back like a waterfall, fluttering slightly, exuding a faint fragrance. Jiang Jiyan smiled politely and said shyly, Aunt Liang, no, I'm here. Liang Yun immediately understood what Jiang Jiyan meant. I understand, I'll wake him up now, how can I let a girl wait? As she said that, Liang Yun pulled Jiang Jiyan to the living room. Jiang Jiyan did not refuse this time, but sat in the living room with a smile on her face. Fang Haoyu's bedroom. Stinky boy. Get up. What time did you play last night? Fang Ling directly lifted Fang Haoyu's quilt. Then he turned off the air conditioner. Fang Haoyu rubbed his eyes. Mom and Dad, what are you doing? You won't let me sleep during the good vacation. Are you really stupid or just pretending to be stupid? Today is the day you get the marriage certificate. Liang Yun said dissatisfiedly. This kid really doesn't take this matter to heart. What do the girls sitting outside think? With such a bad first impression, what can he do to keep his daughter-in-law? Fang Haoyu finally reacted. I have been having fun these 2 days and have been staying up late to play games. The main reason is that playing games can temporarily forget unhappy things. Just like drinking. Fang Haoyu woke up instantly and jumped out of bed. Why didn't you say it earlier? Fang Ling. He put his hands on the belt and almost pulled out the 7 wolves. If Jiang Jiyan wasn't sitting outside, facing Fang Haoyu's blame, the 7 wolves would definitely have to comfort Fang Haoyu. Fang Haoyu, I'll go out and wash up now. He ran out of the room immediately. Wait a minute, put on your shirt. Liang Yun reminded. Fang Haoyu smiled and said, I'm not wearing pants, and there's no outsider at home. But when he walked out of the door, his smile froze. He saw the girl in the living room at a glance. The girl in the living room was also looking at him, with a faint blush on her face. No. Sorry, I didn't know there was someone in the living room. Fang Haoyu ran into the bathroom at full speed after saying that. He was dumbfounded and even wanted to hit his head against his head. The unformed version of his 8-pack abs was seen like this. At this time, Jiang Jiyan, who was sitting in the living room, blushed slightly. Not bad. The corners of her mouth rose slightly unconsciously. I almost didn't recognize you. It's been a long time since we last met. Chapter 4 Pretend to get the marriage certificate. Fang Haoyu finished washing up soon. He came out after changing his clothes. Fang Haoyu walked to the living room. The two just stared at each other. No words were spoken. Fang Ling and Liang Yun stayed in Fang Haoyu's bedroom, with their heads against the door. Why aren't they talking? Should I go out and remind them to get the marriage certificate? Don't worry, listen for a while. Fang Haoyu took the lead in breaking the awkwardness. Hello, my name is Fang Haoyu. Looking at the beautiful girl in front of him, his heartbeat could not help but speed up. This is definitely better than the photo. She seemed to be a little cold in the photo, but now she seemed a little cute. Jiang Jiyan nodded politely, and then said lightly, let's go. Fang Haoyu asked in confusion, where to? Jiang Jiyan raised her beautiful eyebrows, get the marriage certificate. Her tone was very calm, as if getting the marriage certificate was a very small matter. Fang Haoyu's expression became a little strange. No. Are you serious? What should I bring? He was a little at a loss. Jiang Jiyan said lightly, take yourself, your ID card and your household registration book. I'll wait for you downstairs, don't let me wait too long, you'd better change your clothes into white. After that, she stood up and left first. Fang Haoyu was left at a loss. As soon as Jiang Jiyan left, Liang Yun and Fang Ling came out of the bedroom immediately. Fang Ling, this is the household registration book and your ID card. Liang Yun, this is the clothes I prepared for you in advance, change quickly. Jiang Jiyan was waiting for Fang Haoyu downstairs. She was very excited. But her beautiful face was full of calmness. She exuded a cold temperament. It was not until Fang Haoyu went downstairs that a smile appeared on her face. Finally here. You didn't wait long, did you? Fang Haoyu was wearing a white shirt and black pants, looking very formal. Fang Haoyu was still a bit good-looking, and with this outfit, he gave people a clean feeling. He didn't know what kind of clothes to wear to get the marriage certificate. Anyway, they were all prepared by his mother. Jiang Ziyan was also slightly stunned when she saw Fang Haoyu's appearance. I didn't expect that he would still be quite good-looking when he grew up. What's wrong? Fang Haoyu still didn't know how to address the person in front of him. It's okay. After Jiang Ziyan reacted, she looked away to hide her embarrassment. You didn't wait long, did you? Fang Haoyu asked again. Jiang Ziyan, I waited for a long time. Fang Haoyu, ? Fang Haoyu just wanted to be polite, but she didn't expect that she really felt that she had waited for a long time. So embarrassing. How do we get there? Take a taxi. Fang Haoyu changed the subject. I have a car, drive there. Jiang Ziyan said. Then Jiang Ziyan took Fang Haoyu to a white Mercedes-Benz. Were you forced? Fang Haoyu couldn't help asking. He had already thought it through. If he was forced, the two of them could pretend to get the marriage certificate first. Anyway, just find an excuse to hide it from their parents. Then find a reason to say it's not suitable. Jiang Ziyan was slightly stunned. Obviously, she didn't expect Fang Haoyu to ask such a question. Seeing that she didn't say anything, Fang Haoyu thought he guessed right. You too, right? We got the marriage certificate before we even graduated. I don't know what our parents think. How about we think of a way? How about pretending to get the marriage certificate? Jiang Ziyan showed a barely perceptible smile at the corner of her mouth. Pretend to get the marriage certificate. What does that mean? Fang Haoyu explained, if I don't get the marriage certificate, my parents will reduce my living expenses. I don't want to survive in the wilderness during college. Jiang Ziyan blinked her beautiful eyes with a hint of playfulness. I'll listen to you, then get it. Fang Haoyu breathed a sigh of relief. Let's go. Jiang Ziyan's face was expressionless. I don't have a driver's license. Fang Haoyu looked puzzled. Then how did this car get here? I just called a designated driver. Then call again. I have no money. Fang Haoyu looked unconvinced. You're driving this car and you still say you have no money? Jiang Ziyan seemed to know what he was thinking, and explained calmly, my dad's car. Fang Haoyu always had a feeling that she did it on purpose. What should I do? I don't have a driver's license either. I just took the first subject test. Jiang Ziyan smiled calmly, showing an expression that I was prepared. It's okay, I also prepared a small electric scooter. Fang Haoyu's mind was a little confused. He always felt something was wrong. Get off the car. The two got off the car, and Jiang Ziyan took Fang Haoyu to a pink electric scooter. This is it, you drive it. Fang Haoyu hesitated. A pink electric scooter? Pure macho fan. Why don't you drive it? I won't drive with anyone. Okay. Fang Haoyu compromised. It's macho fan, anyway, he's wearing a helmet. Fang Haoyu frowned when he saw the color of the helmet. Why is this helmet also pink? Jiang Ziyan glared at him. Isn't it normal for a girl to buy pink? Do you dislike it? Fang Haoyu waved his hands quickly. No, how dare I dislike it, I just like pink. Pink is pink. Get in the car. Fang Haoyu put on the helmet. By the way, you don't seem to have a helmet. Who said you don't have one? Jiang Ziyan took out another pink helmet from under the seat of the e-scooter. Help me put it on, I don't know how to put it on. Fang Haoyu. Why do you ride an e-scooter if you don't know how to put on a helmet? Aren't you afraid of being caught by the traffic police? Forget it, I'll help her. Fang Haoyu is 1.83 meters tall, and Jiang Ziyan is 1.68 meters tall. Fang Haoyu lowered his head to help her put on the helmet. The two looked at each other. Fang Haoyu looked at her pretty face and couldn't help but feel his cheeks getting hot. Looking at the face in front of him, he couldn't help but feel a ripple in his heart. Fang Haoyu shook his head and forced himself not to think too much. He was just attracted by the beauty. Jiang Ziyan looked at the boy in front of him who put on the helmet for him. Her cheeks began to get hot and she was lost in memories. Okay, put it on. After the two put on the pink helmets, they really looked like a couple. They looked very well matched. They got on the electric scooter. I don't know where the location is, can you help me find the way? Okay. Just like that, one car, two people, two pink helmets were on the road. Fang Haoyu didn't dare to drive too fast, for fear that he would go the wrong way if he drove too fast. Although the electric scooter is not as fast as a car. But there is an advantage. It is more intimate than in a car. That's right. Jiang Ziyan's hand had unconsciously hugged his waist. Fang Haoyu felt the softness coming from his back, accompanied by the faint body fragrance of Jiang Ziyan. This touch made him shout in his heart, "This is definitely a foul." No. I'm still driving. Can't think too much. Otherwise, it's easy to get into a car accident. Fang Haoyu couldn't help but look down and frown slightly. Get off. Chapter 5 Senior Hai Jian. Fortunately, Fang Haoyu is quite talented in playing FPS games. It was quickly suppressed. After driving for more than 10 minutes, he finally arrived at the Civil Affairs Bureau. The next step is get the certificate. 2.5 hours later. At the entrance of the Civil Affairs Bureau. A man and a woman, each holding their own marriage certificate. Fang Haoyu looked at the marriage certificate in his hand and felt like he was dreaming. I didn't expect that he would get married like this. Although it was a fake certificate, it was his first time. He glanced at Jiang Ziyan, who didn't look at the marriage certificate, but put it in her bag. It didn't seem that the marriage certificate was important. Fang Haoyu reminded, keep it safe, if you get divorced, you will need it. Jiang Ziyan did not answer, but said lightly, it's time to go back. On the way back, Fang Haoyu once again felt how foul his wife's figure was. Well, I'll go first. Jiang Ziyan said indifferently, well, remember to register for Jianda. Fang Haoyu said hello and left. Jiang Ziyan looked at his back as he left, and the corners of her mouth couldn't help but rise slightly, silly. Then she returned to the Mercedes. Then she took out the marriage certificate and looked at the photo on it, her eyes couldn't move away at all. Is it a fake certificate? The stamp is not fake. A beautiful smile appeared on her cold face again. Then she carefully put the marriage certificate into her bag. She drove away from here in the Mercedes. No driver's license. How could there be no one? Just cheating this fool. No one told Fang Haoyu about getting the certificate. He really didn't dare to say it. Even if he did, who would believe it? The most important thing is that this is a fake marriage certificate. If people find out, it may delay him from finding a partner. More importantly, it will delay his wife from finding a partner. Why do I always feel that this sentence is a bit against the will of heaven, delaying his wife from finding a partner? Just a fake wife. It would be great if it were true. But it's impossible, the other party was also forced. He couldn't help but recall the intimate actions of the two today. She is so beautiful, has such a good figure, and is quite cold to him. She must not be interested in someone like him. Sure enough, playing games is still suitable for me. Why not find a part-time job? When you have money, you won't be afraid that your cheap father at home will not give you living expenses. Just do it. As for what to do, he already has an idea. There was no surprise in volunteering. Fang Haoyu finally chose to come to Jiangda. Although he was very reluctant to see Shenyi. But this place is close to home, and Jiang Ziyan and I have already obtained the marriage certificate. If he doesn't apply to the same university, his parents will not be able to accept it. As for the major, he chose the computer department. Rather than saying that he chose it, it's better to say that his father helped him choose it. He doesn't know what major he likes. School will start in 2 days. Fang Haoyu is a little irritable. New environment, new people, he doesn't know if he can adapt. He didn't know there was a freshman group until 2 days before school started. Fang Haoyu regretted that he had so much fun during this period that he forgot about the work. As a freshman, he should go to the freshman group to learn about the school. But after he joined the freshman group, he became completely honest. I thought there would be many normal people in the group. Unexpectedly, as soon as he came in, Fang Haoyu was speechless. Excuse me, can I park my car at school? My Porsche will be. Is there any Starbucks at school? I have to have a cup every morning, otherwise I can't stand it. High resolution photo, oops. I accidentally sent it to the wrong person. Don't look at it. I just came back from abroad. Is 10,000 yuan a month enough for living expenses? I'm a little worried that it's not enough. Fang Haoyu had a question mark on his face. Is the freshman group so rude? Brother who returned from studying abroad, brother Porsche, brother Starbucks, sister who sent the wrong photo. Isn't the composition too complicated? Fang Haoyu, who originally planned to ask about the school situation in the group, hesitated for a moment. Should he still ask in the group? Just when he was hesitating, an account with the ID hygiene in the group suddenly said, "Freshmen who want to learn about the school can chat with me privately." Fang Haoyu's eyes lit up. Finally, there is a normal person. Fang Haoyu quickly sent a friend request. Knowledge Explosion sent a friend request to Hai Jian. After a while, Hai Jian accepted his friend request. Knowledge Explosion, hello, senior. Can I come and ask you questions? Hai Jian, what's your name? Fang Haoyu was stunned when he saw the message. Do I have to tell my name to ask a message? Knowledge Explosion, my name is Fang Haoyu, and I'm a freshman in the computer department. On the other side, Jiang Jian in the dormitory blinked her beautiful eyes and couldn't help but raise her lips. Finally, I've waited for you. She has been squatting in the freshman group for a long time. That's why she asked the name first. If the name is correct, answer the question. If it's not correct, ignore it. Obviously it's correct this time. Hai Jian, computer science. You and I are from the same department, what a pity. Knowledge Explosion, what a pity. Hai Jian, the employment prospects of computer science are not very good now. You will be unemployed after graduation. There is no shortage of people in this field now, and the competition pressure is also high, which is comparable to civil engineering. Knowledge Explosion, then I will be useless after graduation. Hai Jian, there is another way. Knowledge Explosion, I dare to ask. Hai Jian, that is to study hard and become one of the top technical people. However, it is unlikely to learn to this level in school. You must learn by yourself. Knowledge Explosion, forget it. Isn't this going to kill me? Fang Haoyu suddenly thought that if the employment prospects were not good, why would the senior choose it? Then why did you choose this major? Hai Jian was silent for a while, and then replied, a certain uncle suggested that I study it, so I also suggested that his son study it. Knowledge Explosion, well done. The suffering I have suffered must be experienced by his son, otherwise how can I be worthy of you? The two continued to chat about this major for a while. It was then that Fang Haoyu understood. The computer major has long been saturated and is no longer popular, unless you are very talented and work hard. Now many people choose this major only to know the drawbacks of this major. But now it seems that there is no other choice. Could it be possible to change majors? Fang Haoyu was too lazy to change. Fortunately, he will not have to worry about finding a job after graduation. His parents said that he can graduate normally. If he can't find a job, he can arrange for him to work in his uncle's company. Knowledge Explosion, senior, what does the dormitory in our school look like? Is the air conditioner easy to use? You won't be older than me, right? After Fang Haoyu asked questions about the major, he began to ask about some of the school's conditions. You know, the dormitory environment and air conditioning are simply the life of students. If the dormitory is bad and the air conditioning is bad, college students will curse in the dormitory from morning to dark. Chapter 6 I'm really not in a relationship, I'm just married. Hai Jian, the environment is okay, don't worry, the dormitories in our school are all very new, the air conditioners were installed not long ago, and there are washing machines and the like. Knowledge Explosion, really? There are washing machines. How many rooms are there in the dormitory? Hai Jian, single room, double room, quad room, 6-person room, you can choose by yourself, the fewer people, the more expensive. Knowledge Explosion, senior, are you in a quad room? Hai Jian, no, I'm in a double room. Double room? It seems that senior doesn't like their hustle and bustle. Normally, boys like to be a little more lively. Fang Haoyu has already thought about it, and will choose a quad room. There are too many 6-person rooms, single and double rooms are too lonely, and a quad room is just right. Then Fang Haoyu asked how big the school library is, which cafeteria has the best food, etc. Senior Hai Jian of course knows everything. This makes Fang Haoyu have a very good impression of him. I thought that after all that, Senior Hai Jian would promote campus cards. But he didn't. Knowledge explosion, thank you, Senior. There aren't many pure good people like you. Hai Jian. Knowledge explosion, isn't it? You don't even know me, but you answered me so patiently, and you didn't promote campus cards. Hai Jian, yes, Junior, do you want to learn about campus cards? Knowledge explosion. Then, give me one. Fang Haoyu was a little embarrassed. After all, he had answered so many of his questions. He just happened to be short of a card. Puff. Jiang Jian couldn't help laughing when she saw the message he sent. He's really cute. Can't he tell that he's joking? Hai Jian, I'm kidding. Knowledge explosion, Senior. Do you play games? Hai Jian, what games? Knowledge explosion, I play everything, both computer games and mobile games, but my favorite is CF. I'm a 10-year veteran. Hai Jian, CF? I can play it too. Knowledge explosion, really? Hai Jian, guaranteed. Knowledge explosion, login. Now there are not many people who can play CF with me. Mostly they are playing GO or WOW. Seeing Hai Jian playing CF like him. He even regarded him as an old comrade. What surprised Fang Haoyu was Hai Jian's CF level. He was actually a little better than him, a 10-year veteran. All kinds of instant sniping, small steps, flick sniping, so cool. Played for an afternoon, almost didn't lose in the afternoon, and scored S every time. Fang Haoyu's score was not low either, also A+. The two of them joined forces to kill indiscriminately. If he hadn't been reported too many times and put in the small black room, Fang Haoyu would never have let him go. Knowledge school explosion, Senior? You didn't turn on the microphone, did you? Hai Jian, question mark. If you're not good at it, just practice more. Knowledge school explosion, why don't you turn on the microphone to report? Hai Jian, their microphone is broken. Knowledge school explosion, okay, I'll treat you to a meal in the cafeteria when we get to school. Hai Jian, well, I'll wait for you. For girls' dormitory. In the dormitory. A girl with a high ponytail and above average looks just returned to the dormitory and saw Jiang Jian looking at her phone with a faint smile on her lips. Yang Xiaoling narrowed her eyes slightly and looked at Jiang Jian suspiciously. What are you laughing at? Yang Xiaoling felt terrible. Is Jiang Jian in love? It's unlikely, right? Doesn't Jiang Jian touch men? Otherwise, why have so many boys chased her in the past 3 years since she came to school? She rejected them all. That's right. Not politely, but ruthlessly. She was known as the most cold campus belle of Jiang University. No man could catch her eye. Even the most popular school hunk in the school couldn't say more than 3 words to her. Are you thinking about men? How is that possible? Jiang Jiang. Could it be that you have someone you like? Yang Xiaoling wanted to cry but had no tears. Could it be that this best friend who had been single for so long with her was going to end her single life? This made her feel like a cabbage that had been raised for a long time was eaten by a pig. Jiang Jian put away her smile and glanced at her indifferently. What kind of love? Do you think it's possible? Yang Xiaoling breathed a sigh of relief. That's good. I said that it's impossible for a campus belle of Jiang University to suddenly fall in love. She sat on the stool and just drank a sip of water. Actually, I'm already married. Puff. Ahem. Jiang Jiang, what are you kidding? Yang Xiaoling was speechless when she saw the water on her pants. This best friend of hers is really choking. Believe it or not. Jiang Jian rolled her eyes at her. Yang Xiaoling smiled and said, believe it, I'm the campus belle of Jiang University and I'm married. Remember to treat me to their wedding. She said that, but of course she couldn't believe it. The first campus belle of Jiang University, a cool goddess, not interested in men. These words have nothing to do with the word marriage. Who can believe it? Only fools believe it. Yang Xiaoling and Jiang Jian are roommates and best friends. They have one thing in common, they didn't date in college. Jiang Jian didn't have a boy she liked. The reason why Yang Xiaoling didn't date was because she had been told on the internet that she was not suitable for dating during college. Although it was nonsense, Yang Xiaoling was stupid, so she really didn't date. Others asked her why she didn't date. She would say, Jiang Jian doesn't date, so I won't date either. Jiang Jian looked at Yang Xiaoling pitifully and sighed softly. Sorry, I'm leaving first, my good friend. Although I said I don't want to date, I didn't say I don't want to get married. Yang Xiaoling was stunned for a moment. What's your expression? It's like it's real. Jiang Jian didn't explain, but smiled indifferently. Why do you always play this game? I feel like only boys play this kind of game, right? Yang Xiaoling pointed at her laptop screen and asked in confusion. Jiang Jian said indifferently, of course it's to play with my husband. Yang Xiaoling rolled her eyes and said in a weird tone like Mr. Krabs, to play with my husband. If you have a husband, I'll have children. On the first day of school. As soon as I entered the school gate, I saw a bunch of blue umbrellas connected together, with receptionists from different colleges sitting underneath. School of Finance and Economics, School of Management, School of Information. After locking the target, Fang Haoyu dragged a 28-inch suitcase to the sign of the School of Information freshman reception. Hello, is this the registration point for freshmen of the School of Information? The middle-aged man nodded. Yes, this is the registration point for the School of Information. Are you a freshman? Fang Haoyu hurriedly took out the admission notice and ID card and handed them to him. After the middle-aged man confirmed that everything was correct, he said lightly, I am a teacher at the reception of the School of Information. My name is He Bing. You can just call me Teacher He. You can go in after registering. If you have too much luggage or don't know the way, the seniors wearing red volunteer vests can take you there. Fang Haoyu, thank you, teacher. Just when he was about to find a senior to lead the way. Suddenly, the voices of people around him began to get noisy. Isn't that the school belle of Jiang University? Why is she here at the freshman reception? Chapter 7 The school belle of Jiang University personally receives freshmen. Behind the freshman reception desk stood a top beauty with skin as white as snow, exuding a cool luster, and a hint of coolness in her beautiful eyes. She looked around as if she was looking for someone. What's going on with the Jiang University campus belle? Is she looking for a boyfriend? Impossible. The Jiang University campus belle said she doesn't fall in love. Even if she does, the campus hunk has the best chance. Yes, most of them are here to entertain the freshmen. I wonder which freshman is so lucky to be entertained by the Jiang University campus belle in person. If I can be entertained by the Jiang University campus belle, I would be willing to drive a luxury car and live in a luxury house. Almost everyone's eyes were on Jiang Jian, including the freshmen who had just arrived. The moment they saw Jiang Jian, everyone's feet seemed to be glued to the ground by 502. Can't walk at all. Fang Haoyu originally wanted to find a senior to help him, but found that the senior was staring at Jiang Jian and couldn't walk. Is it her? The moment Fang Haoyu saw Jiang Jian, the memory of his flash marriage a month ago emerged in his mind. His heartbeat accelerated involuntarily. Just as Jiang Jian was looking around, a short-haired boy plucked up the courage to step forward. Senior sister, can I ask for your contact? He hadn't finished speaking yet. Jiang Jian frowned slightly, and her eyes revealed a hint of coldness. No, sorry. The short-haired boy felt cold on his back and hurriedly apologized and left. The people around couldn't help laughing. This short-haired guy is obviously a freshman. Everyone knows the personality of the campus belle of Jiang University. He asked for WeChat when he went there. I also said, how could the campus belle of Jiang University approach a boy? Even if she came to receive a boy, she couldn't receive a boy. If she received a boy, I would just eat. Jiang Jian finally saw the person she wanted to see. Her frowned brows instantly relaxed, and her originally cold eyes became gentle. A faint smile appeared on her face. Then he immediately walked towards Fang Haoyu. Fang Haoyu was stunned. He originally just wanted to stay and eat some melons. Why did he feel that she was coming for him? Just when he was stunned, Jiang Jian had already walked in front of him. Junior brother? Can't find the dormitory. I'll take you there. Jiang Jian smiled sweetly. This smile made Fang Haoyu's heart skip a beat. Didn't we say we would pretend to get the marriage certificate? Fang Haoyu whispered. Jiang Jian's lips curled up with a faint smile. Yes, I'm taking you to the dormitory as a senior sister. Why don't you call me senior sister? Is it so rude? Everyone around was looking at the two of them. Fang Haoyu was a little embarrassed by being looked at. Thank you, senior sister, can you take me to the dormitory? Jiang Jian raised her eyebrows. Please say it, please senior sister. Fang Haoyu just wanted to leave quickly. He was still not used to being stared at by so many people. He always felt that they were cricketing him. So he could only compromise helplessly. Please, senior. Jiang Jian smiled playfully. Then I will take you to the dormitory reluctantly. Then she pulled Fang Haoyu away. The students around were dumbfounded. What's going on? Are we still asleep? What did you say you wanted to eat? I said I wanted to eat the braised chicken rice in the cafeteria. Shocked. Jiang Da Senior actually received male freshmen. This class of freshmen is so lucky. The freshmen who were originally planning to leave suddenly didn't plan to leave. In fact, it's not bad to wait for the senior to come back and receive you. Maybe the next lucky person will be me? Are you in building 3? Yeah. I'm next to you, I'm in building 4. I didn't ask. Senior is kind enough to take you, what's your attitude? Jiang Jian said in an angry tone. Fang Haoyu didn't dare to look at her. The main reason is that his heart beats very fast every time he sees her. Sorry about that. Jiang Jian smiled. That's right, we are in the same school now, we should help each other. My dad told me to help you more, otherwise I wouldn't come. Fang Haoyu suddenly realized, no wonder, otherwise I would have thought that Senior Jiang liked me. For some reason, a trace of disappointment flashed through his heart. Jiang Jian's pretty face flushed slightly. TSK, so narcissistic. By the way, at WeChat, I didn't add it last time. Fang Haoyu patted his head. Yes, look at my brain. Last time, after the two of them got the marriage certificate, they didn't even add contact information. Two married people have no contact information. No novels dare to write like this. Okay. The two finally added contact information. Junior brother, come and ask me if you don't understand anything in school in the future, do you understand? By the way, Senior Jiang, what major are you in? Computer. The same major as mine. Fang Haoyu was a little surprised. Yes, so if you have anything you don't understand, you can ask me, and I will answer it for you. Jiang Jian said proudly. Such a lovely scene made Fang Haoyu stunned again. Cute. Who would have thought that the cold senior sister who rejected the junior at the freshman reception just now would have such a lovely side in front of him? Jiang Jian smiled proudly. What's wrong? Fall in love with me. Fang Haoyu came back to his senses and explained with a red face, how is it possible? Impossible, absolutely impossible. Jiang Jian's tone was a little disdainful, weak and powerless. Okay, this is building 3. Unknowingly, the two had already arrived at building 3. Fang Haoyu said very politely, thank you, senior sister, then I'll leave. After that, he walked into the dormitory building. After Fang Haoyu left, the smile on Jiang Jian's face disappeared instantly, replaced by the previous iceberg face. Still giving people a feeling of keeping strangers away. Dormitory 3357. Fang Haoyu confirmed several times. Yes, this is the dormitory. My dormitory for the next 4 years. Fang Haoyu pushed the door and entered the dormitory. As soon as he entered, he saw that there were already people in the dormitory. A boy who was 1.86 meters tall, strong, and smiled from time to time was sitting on a chair playing on the computer. For some reason, he always felt that the boy's smile had a hint of philosophy. Fang Haoyu recognized at a glance that he was playing a 2-word game. At this time, he also noticed Fang Haoyu dragging a suitcase. A surprise appeared on his face. Are you from our dormitory? Finally someone is here. Hello, my name is Zhu Ziran, I'm from Guangdong. Hello, my name is Fang Haoyu, a local from Jiangcheng. Local, that's great, when our dormitory goes out to play, you won't step on thunder with you. Zhu Ziran said happily. Fang Haoyu, actually, I don't go out very often. Apart from playing basketball, I stay at home most of the time. Zhu Ziran, do you like watching anime? Chapter 8 Cheating? Who? It's okay. I watch some animation occasionally. Fang Haoyu glanced at Zhu Ziran's bed. He immediately confirmed Zhu Ziran's preferences. The pillow covers are all about the second dimension, and even the walls are covered with photos of this kind. This tall guy looks so strong, but I didn't expect him to be a second-spined newt. Let's give him a small contrast label. Where are the others? Not here yet, but they should be here tonight. Fang Haoyu chatted with him while tidying up the bed. It can be said that it feels good to have roommates in the dormitory. After all, he basically didn't communicate with people outside this summer. Boys' friendship is easy to establish. In just 2.5 hours, the two chatted happily like old friends who haven't seen each other for many years. Come to my house if you have a chance, I'll take you to have breakfast here. Zhu Ziran smiled a little silly. Just then, there was a knock on the door. Fang Haoyu got up and went to open the door. Hello. A boy about 1.75 meters tall, with a well-proportioned body and golden skin stood at the door. He had a smile on his face, revealing a row of white teeth. With his professional sports shorts and vest, he often played basketball. Who are you? My name is Yao Yuton, and I am also from dormitory 3357. I will be your roommate for the next 4 years. Hello, my name is Fang Haoyu, and his name is Zhu Ziran. Fang Haoyu always felt that his name sounded a bit like a girl's. My name sounds like a girl's, right? Yao Yuton said with a smile. When I was in junior high school, I was assigned to the girls' dormitory. Fang Haoyu joked, is there such a good thing? Yao Yuton laughed and said, I was almost beaten out as a pervert. Yao Yuton's personality is also very outgoing. The three of them became familiar with each other immediately. You play basketball, too? Yes. I've been practicing for 2.5 years. Let's play basketball together some other day. The three of them went to the cafeteria to eat together. The last roommate arrived in the evening. Hello. I'm your roommate. My name is Ling Jikai. A tall, thin boy with an oval face came into the dormitory and introduced himself. Finally, all 4 people in the dormitory knew each other. It only takes one night for boys to become good friends. Even good father and son. The original address was still very polite. After just one night, it became father and son. The next day, Fang Haoyu got up early, washed up, and went to buy breakfast. Zhu Ziran smiled obscenely on the bed. How? Bring me some breakfast. Fang Haoyu said unhappily, get lost. Daddy. Bring me some. And me. Me too. Fang Haoyu sighed, I really can't do anything with you sons. Since it's like this, I'll reluctantly bring you some breakfast. After he left the dormitory, he sent a message to Senior Hai Jian. Knowledge explosion, Senior. Which canteen has more beauties in the morning? The true nature of men. Fang Haoyu just came to Jiangda, and he must want to see the quality of female college students here. There is absolutely no problem asking seniors about this kind of thing. You have to have a relationship when you go to college. You can't just stop because Shenyi hurt you. Thinking of falling in love. A figure inexplicably emerged in his mind. It's not Shenyi, but Jiang Jian. Fang Haoyu hurriedly shook his head. What are you thinking? She is the campus belle of Jiang University, how can she be attracted to you? He and Jiang Jian got the marriage certificate in a fake way. He thought Jiang Jian was very pretty, and he must have some thoughts about her in his heart. But as long as he is a boy, it is impossible for him not to have some thoughts about campus belle. He still knows what he is like. He doesn't think he can match the #1 campus belle of Jiang University. Girls' dormitory. Yang Xiaoling's tone was a little scared. Jiang, what are you doing? The look in your eyes is like you want to kill someone. Jiang Jian gritted her teeth and stared at the screen of her mobile phone. Yang Xiaoling swallowed her saliva. Jiang, when did you get angry after waking up? Jiang Jian didn't say anything, but if the look could kill, she would have killed the person on the other side of the mobile phone screen. Look at the beauty. Isn't it enough to look at her? Hai Jian, go to the 3rd canteen, there will be a surprise. Fang Haoyu, who received the message, immediately changed direction. He originally wanted to go to the 1st canteen, but since the senior said that there was a surprise in the 3rd canteen, he must go. Senior S products must be top-notch. Jiang Jian's eyes were cold. I'm going to buy breakfast. I'll bring it to you if you want something. Yang Xiaoling, bring it for me. Why did he suddenly ask her to bring breakfast for me? Just now I felt angry, but now he wants to bring breakfast for me. What's going on? Yang Xiaoling was confused for a moment. This was the first time she couldn't understand her best friend. Jiang Jian's expression didn't change at all. Send me a WeChat message if you want to buy something. I'm leaving first. Yang Xiaoling was left standing there in a daze. Something's wrong. It's definitely wrong. Why do I feel like I've eaten a bomb? Although Jiang Jian didn't show it obviously, Yang Xiaoling could feel that she was a little unhappy. The third canteen. As soon as Fang Haoyu entered the third canteen, he saw a lot of girls. As expected of a senior. The eyes are indeed moist. Knowledge student, senior, this surprise is really good. There are indeed more girls in the third cafeteria. After Fang Haoyu bought breakfast, he found a seat and planned to enjoy it while eating. Suddenly, a woman came in from the door. Her long hair fell on her back like a waterfall, fluttering slightly. The beautiful face on her face immediately attracted Fang Haoyu's attention. Of course, not only him, but also the eyes of other people in the cafeteria were attracted. Why did she come? Fang Haoyu was slightly surprised. No. Isn't it normal for her to come? Senior said that there are many beauties in the third cafeteria. It turns out that school beauties will also come to the third cafeteria. Jiang Jian saw Fang Haoyu sitting in the corner at a glance. Humph. Found you. Jiang Jian walked straight to Fang Haoyu's seat and sat down in the eyes of everyone. Come to see the beauty. Jiang Jian said coldly. Ahem. What? Fang Haoyu couldn't help choking out the soy milk in his mouth. Senior, how did you know? Jiang Jian's pretty face turned red. You stared at me when I came in, and I saw your bad intentions at a glance. Fang Haoyu looked puzzled. A gentleman loves beauty, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with you, are you in a bad mood? Jiang Jian glared at him, furious. Someone is about to cheat, how can I be in a good mood? Cheating? Who? So excessive. Jiang Jian looked at him resentfully. Are you really stupid or just pretending to be stupid? You. Chapter 9. I think you don't understand at all. Me? Fang Haoyu looked confused. Fortunately, the two people's voices were not very loud. No one around could hear them. Although many people looked over, no one dared to go over to listen. Jiang Jian's personality made these people dare not approach. Otherwise, she would not be called the cold goddess. But what they don't know is that coldness is only for them. Jiang Jian said dissatisfiedly, we have already obtained the marriage certificate. Isn't it your intention to cheat when you come to the third cafeteria to see the beauties? Fang Haoyu was slightly startled. What are you kidding? Didn't we pretend to get the marriage certificate? Is Jiangda's campus belle jealous? Because I saw other beauties. Is this a dream? Jiang Jian began to play dumb, pretend to get the marriage certificate. When did I say that? We discussed it at the time. Fang Haoyu was stunned. Jiang Jian raised her beautiful eyebrows and said with a hint of playfulness, then did we get a fake marriage certificate at the time? This has legal effects. Fang Haoyu. He realized that he was taken away by her. Fang Haoyu was a little at a loss. What do you mean? Jiang Jian, I won't tease you. You said you were pretending to get the marriage certificate, so I naturally won't care about you. Fang Haoyu asked tentatively, really? Jiang Jian, fake. Fang Haoyu. Jiang Jian looked calm. Since we now nominally have this marriage certificate, you can't find a girlfriend before the divorce. Fang Haoyu, finding a girlfriend during marriage is cheating, which is immoral. I'm doing this for your own good. Fang Haoyu's mind was a little confused. Is it like this? I feel like I'm being manipulated. Jiang Jian smiled calmly. Don't worry, I won't find one either. We have to abide by the marriage law. Fang Haoyu said embarrassedly. Then is there no other way? A university without love is not perfect. Jiang Jian's mouth curled up slightly. There is another way. Fang Haoyu asked curiously, what is it? Jiang Jian hooked her hand. Come here. Fang Haoyu put his ear close to her. Jiang Jian gently put her lips close to Fang Haoyu's ear. Fang Haoyu could smell the faint fragrance of Jiang Jian on his body. Jiang Jian's tone became gentle. You can fall in love with me. Fang Haoyu's ears instantly turned red. Senior, are you serious? His heartbeat couldn't stop speeding up. Jiang Jian smiled playfully. Har har har, I'm just teasing you. Looking at Jiang Jian, who was smiling like a flower in front of him, Fang Haoyu almost lost his grip on the soy milk in his hand. Is he being controlled? Is this breakfast bought for me? Jiang Jian asked lightly. Fang Haoyu was about to shake his head, but he nodded subconsciously. Thank you, Junior, for buying me breakfast. Then Jiang Jian took the breakfast away directly. Fang Haoyu, Senior, this is. It was too late for him to react. This was the breakfast he bought for his sons. But it doesn't matter, just buy another one. Fang Haoyu touched his heart, thinking of what Jiang Jian said just now, leaning against his ear. His heart beat very fast. Stop jumping. No, don't really stop jumping, I told you to slow down. Fang Haoyu closed his eyes, and his mind was filled with the scene just now. What happened to him? I seem to be moved. Jiang, why did you buy 3? Yan Xiaoling's big eyes were full of doubts at this time. Jiang Jian looked indifferent. I was afraid that you wouldn't have enough to eat, so I bought one more. Yan Xiaoling, woo woo woo. You are so considerate. Huh? I didn't say I wanted to buy this stuffing bun. Eat it if you want, give it to me if you don't want. I'll eat it. I'm almost starving. Yan Xiaoling hurriedly started to protect the food. Boys' dormitory. Sons, Dad is back. Fang Haoyu returned to the dormitory with 3 newly bought breakfasts in his hand. Zhu Ziran licked his lips with a hungry expression. Daddy, let me see what you bought for your child. Fang Haoyu frowned. You are so disgusting. Dad, and me too. Me too. Soon the 3 breakfasts were snatched up by his sons. Watching his sons happily eating breakfast, Fang Haoyu felt a sense of accomplishment. Sons, Dad loves you. Fang Haoyu returned to his table. The phone beeped. Hi Jian, how is it? Are the beauties in the 3rd cafeteria pretty? Knowledge school explosion. I didn't look at them much, I only looked at the senior sister. Hi Jian, which senior sister? Knowledge school explosion. It's the campus belle of Jiang University. I saw her in the cafeteria today. Hi Jian, what do you think of her? Fang Haoyu pondered for a moment. If you want to evaluate the senior sister, you must evaluate her objectively. Knowledge explosion. I think she is very pretty, and she deserves the title of the most beautiful girl in Jiang University. Hi Jian, do you like her? Fang Haoyu felt that the senior was not an outsider, and he was very nice to him, so it was not wrong to tell him his inner thoughts. Knowledge explosion. Senior, to be honest, I actually like her a little bit. Every time I see her, my heart beats faster, but she is the most beautiful girl in Jiang University, and the probability that she will like me is not high. Jiang Jian's lips curled up with a faint smile. Do you like me but dare not say it to my face? For some reason, she felt sweet in her heart. Since Jiang Jian came to Jiang University, I don't know how many people have expressed their love to her. She didn't feel anything at all. But Fang Haoyu's words made her face blush slightly. Jiang, why is your face red? It's too hot. No way. The air conditioner is on low. I'm cold. Do you have a fever? Don't worry about it. Jiang Jian knew how Fang Haoyu felt about her. It can be said that the initiative is in his hands. Then she will have to tease her future husband. Jiang Jian couldn't help but mutter in her heart, TSK, Jiang Jian, when did you become so bad that you actually teased your junior? No, I'm so bad. Boys' dormitory. Military training will start tomorrow. I don't want to train. Zhu Ziran lay on the bed with a look of exhaustion. It looks like he's fought too much. You're so strong, why do you look so weak? Yao Yutong said contemptuously. I'm weak. You actually said that to your father. Do you want to try it? After Zhu Ziran finished speaking, he showed a philosophical expression and smiled at Yao Yutong. Then he got out of bed and walked towards Yao Yutong's bed. Yao Yutong felt a chill on her back. What's your expression? Oh. What are you doing? Not allowed here. Zhu Ziran showed a lewd expression and directly lay on Yao Yutong's body and began to rub all kinds of things. Fuck. You're so disgusting. So you are like this? Fang Haoyu couldn't help but sigh. This is too philosophical. Must take a picture. Are you taking a picture? Zhu Ziran frowned. Fang Haoyu quickly put away his phone. No. Zhu Ziran licked his tongue and smiled obscenely. I think you don't understand at all. No, brother Jie. Chapter 10 Zhu Ziran's contrasting performance. Stand at attention. Look to the left. Take small steps to align. Look forward. At ease. I am your instructor. I have a few rules here that I must state in advance. The first one is: military training has begun. Fang Haoyu had dark circles under his eyes. Last night, Zhu Ziran taught philosophy to the 3 people in the dormitory. None of the 3 survived. This guy Zhu Ziran is not only big in size, but also very philosophical. All 3 of them were disgusted by him. Plus, the 4 of us chatted for a long time after playing around last night. We talked about the beautiful legs we saw today, national affairs, and then the history of the 3 kingdoms. As a result, we got up at 6:30 the next day to gather. The 4 people almost died on the spot. Stand at attention for half an hour. If you move, report it. Otherwise, at 10 minutes. Then the instructor began to pace back and forth. His eyes were fixed on everyone. No one dared to breathe. Everyone raised their heads. Except for these 4 little ones. The 4 young men who had shared the country's concerns last night were nodding frantically at this moment. The instructor naturally saw these 4 people nodding frantically. My 4 classmates, I am not Buddha, you don't have to worship me. The instructor smiled, but his smile contained a chilling meaning. Step out. Fang Haoyu, Zhu Ziran, Yao Yutong, Ling Jikai. All 4 people were pulled out. You guys are very good. The instructor chuckled. The playground is behind us, 10 laps. Did you hear that? I don't want to say it a second time. I heard it. The 4 people's faces were full of pain. Who brought up this topic last night? 4 people came to the playground and ran while throwing the pot. Who on earth is that? It's all Zhu Ziran's fault. He insisted on philosophizing others last night. Wash yourself and wait for me tonight. I was wrong. Sit down and rest. You're too slow. Sit again. Stand up. Sit down. Finally getting some rest, everyone seemed to come alive. Fang Haoyu collapsed directly to the ground. Is this training a person or a dog? They stand when they are asked to stand and sit when they are asked to sit. If they are slow to sit down, they have to sit down again. The most important thing is that they are happier than dogs when they sit down. Fang Haoyu felt as if he was floating in the air and was about to faint at any moment. It's too hot. What a big sun. Applying sunscreen is useless, my skin is burning and painful. Why can't military training be conducted in winter? Zhu Ziran's face was pale, as if he had just rushed in several times. You wouldn't die suddenly, would you? Fang Haoyu frowned. Yao Yutong turned around and said, damn it. How many times did you reward yourself last night? Your lips are so white. Ling Jikai looked at his own figure, then looked at Zhu Ziran's figure, and said jokingly, why are you weaker than me? Zhu Ziran's face turned pale, but it didn't stop him from retorting, how can a dead sugarcane compare with your dad? Tonight I'll let you taste the power of philosophy. Fang Haoyu, come on, I feel like a gust of wind can blow you apart. The 10-minute break passed quickly. Everyone stand up. After the wailing, they stood in military posture again. Younger students are doing military training on the playground. Many senior students came to the stands to eat ice cream and watermelon and watch the military training for freshmen. The younger students felt so sad when they saw this scene. This is considered a tradition. After getting caught in the rain, people would want to tear other people's umbrellas into pieces. Afternoon. Sing military songs. The instructor first taught everyone to sing Unity is Strength. After everyone has learned it. Everyone stand up. Everyone had a question mark on their face. The instructor said coldly, I think everyone has learned it. It's time to show other companies our cohesion. Whoever doesn't sing well will be at military posture. The classic song singing session. If we fail to win this part over other companies, we will be embarrassing the instructor. You know, the instructors have a strong desire to win. If the instructor loses face, they will be in big trouble. I still have to train at night. But there was an hour's break. This period of time is for performances. Some were singing and some were dancing. The companies from the School of Information were gathered together, leaving a large space in the middle. Is there anyone who wants to come up and perform? Instructor Wang asked the crowd. Fang Haoyu's class is from the 7th company, and his instructor's surname is Wang. Although this segment is called a show performance, but it is also a place where instructors compete secretly. The instructors all hope that there are few people in their company who can show off on stage. The long face also has his part. But it seems that everyone is a bit shy because it is the first day. So no one stood up. Some people from other companies have already started performing on stage. Some people even went up and performed Kuan Kuan's famous dance. The scene was simply too explosive. Oh! Kuan Kuan! When instructor Wang saw that other companies were so good at creating atmosphere, he certainly didn't want to be outdone. No one's performing, right? The 4 people who were running this morning are out in line. The 4 people in dormitory 3357 all looked grim. Finished. There is a high probability that he will be captured and forced to serve as a soldier. Instructor Wang said with a sly smile, "It's your turn to perform. Discuss among yourselves and come up with at least 2 programs. Then it's our turn. I don't want to see that we don't have even one person who can stand up. Go discuss it." The 4 of them looked at each other. Fang Haoyu, rock, paper, scissors. To be honest, it's not that he doesn't have any shows, it's just that he is a little socially anxious, so he tries not to go on them if possible. Okay. Yao Yutong nodded. Zhu Ziran said calmly, "I don't need that. You 3 can choose one. I can go up and perform." The 3 of them were a little confused. This philosophy guy actually has a show. Are you going to go up there and perform philosophy? Zhu Ziran felt the strange looks from the others and said unhappily, "What are you looking at? You are not filial at all." The 3 of them withdrew their gazes, fearing that they would be criticized by this guy at night. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh my god. Fang Haoyu looked at the 2 fingers on his hand and his face darkened. I knew I wouldn't use scissors. That's right, he lost. So he and Zhu Ziran were going to go on stage to perform. Zhu Ziran, let Dad go first. Fang Haoyu. He is 1.86 meters tall and has a strong body. Everyone thought Zhu Ziran was going to perform some macho exercises like one-handed push-ups. Unexpectedly, he played a song called Pure Land directly. Everyone present looked confused. Especially the people in dormitory 3357. The emoticon pack exploded. No. Dude. You came here. Start with the accompaniment of music. Zhu Ziran also started dancing. To be precise, it twisted. Thump, thump, tap, thump, thump, tap. The atmosphere in the whole venue exploded. Putting aside Zhu Ziran's appearance, he danced to this song Pure Land very well. At this moment, the people in dormitory 3357 only wanted to use 2 words to describe Zhu Ziran: awesome. She is no worse than girls in terms of twisting. It can be said that the dance is much better than those street dance performances mentioned above. The above ones are just the basics for a novice, but Zhu Ziran has obviously practiced them before. Combined with his vulgar and philosophical face, the contrast is immediate. Even the companies from other academies couldn't help but come over to watch. Chapter 11 relieved. Fang Haoyu silently gave a thumbs up. No wonder Zhu Ziran was so confident, it turned out he had practiced before. The tough guy dances to the Pure Land. It has a unique flavor. Not far from the playground. Jiang, look quickly. There's a macho guy over there dancing to Pure Land. He dances quite well, but his smile looks a bit vulgar. Yang Xiaoling pulled Jiang over to watch the performance. Jiang frowned slightly. Why couldn't I find him? The lights were not very bright at night, and the freshmen were all gathered together, so she couldn't find which company the School of Information belonged to. He seems to be from the School of Information. I've seen that guy at the freshman reception desk before. Yang Xiaoling said. Originally, she was still pulling Jiang away. The next second, Jiang pulled her directly towards the company of the School of Information Science and Technology, quickening her pace. Yang Xiaoling had a face full of question marks. Why are you more anxious than me? What's going on? Does Jiang like watching a hunk dancing this kind of contrasting dance? Could it be that Jiang is also a contrast? Yang Xiaoling shook her head. How is that possible? How could a cold goddess be a contrast? Zhu Ziran's performance made him the brightest star in the audience. Next it was Fang Haoyu's turn to perform. Fang Haoyu intends to use the simplest performance method. He came to the stage with a microphone in his hand. Yes, he was going to sing. This is one of the few talents he has. He often practices singing at home. Especially when he is taking a bath, he often turns into a singing god. I'd like to give you a song called Rewind. As the accompaniment slowly sounded, everyone fell silent. The sound system wasn't very good and the accompanying music was rustling, but it didn't stop everyone from waving their hands. Fang Haoyu took a deep breath, closed his eyes gently, and spoke slowly. I'm tired of waiting. Your so-called arrangement. How long will it take to arrive? You always want me to be good. Plan for the future slowly. I want to rely on you, but you are not here. Fang Haoyu recalled every detail of his time with Xin Yi. His voice was low and full of emotion, giving people a sense of indescribable sadness. It was a feeling of being heartbroken. The people at the scene were originally excited by Zhu Ziran's Pure Land. As soon as Fang Haoyu opened his mouth, everyone fell silent, immersed in his singing. The state instantly turned into emo. The quality of the microphone and speakers was very poor, but it didn't have much impact on Fang Haoyu. Not far away. Jiang, this boy sings so well. It's not even 12 o'clock yet and I can't help being emo. Woo, give me a piece of paper quickly. Although Yang Xiaoling has never been in a relationship, she felt like she was heartbroken when she heard this song. Jiang. Yang Xiaoling didn't get a response and looked back. Jiang Jian said calmly, what are you looking at? Yang Xiaoling, it's okay, I just wanted to say it sounds so nice. Jiang Jian, I think so too. After Yang Xiaoling turned back, she couldn't help wiping the tears from the corners of her eyes. Thank you everyone. Fang Haoyu forced a smile after he finished singing. He thought to himself, I guess I finally let it go. From this moment on, he completely let go of Xin Yi in his heart. Girls' dormitory. Yang Xiaoling watched the video she recorded on the playground and was filled with aftertaste. The singing was really nice. I felt like I was in love. Is this Junior from the School of Information? He's quite handsome. Jiang Jian was suddenly stunned. Did you record a video? Yang Xiaoling, I was originally recording the younger student who was dancing, but I didn't expect the younger student who was singing behind him to sing so beautifully, so I couldn't help but record it. Jiang Jian, send me a copy. Yang Xiaoling, don't send it by mistake. I want someone who sings, not someone who dances. She doubted her ears. The ice goddess actually asked her for a video of a man singing? But she soon figured it out. The singing is so beautiful, it is perfect for listening to emo songs at night. Not long after, Jiang Jian's cell phone began to play the song that Fang Haoyu was performing on the playground tonight. She could understand what Fang Haoyu meant by this song. She also heard about this from Uncle Fang. That person doesn't know how to cherish. But she is different. Then a little boy appeared in her memory. The next day, there were many more videos of Fang Haoyu singing on the confession wall. Wall. Help me get this boy out. Get on. This boy sings really well, does anyone know him? Can you give me his contact information? At this time, Fang Haoyu was almost baked into coal. He hated himself for not getting injured automatically during military training. Just when everyone was standing in military posture under the scorching sun. There are more girls holding umbrellas on the playground. She was wearing a white fairy dress, like a fairy descending from earth. She walked quietly to the front of the stands and sat down. Isn't that Jiang Jian? The most beautiful girl in Jiang University. She actually came to watch the military training. These junior students are so lucky. Others around were talking about it. Fortunately, there were not many people coming to watch the military training of their younger classmates. Because of Jiang Jian's personality, no one dared to approach her. The company closest to her was the 7th company of the School of Information. She just stared quietly ahead like a fairy, and no one dared to approach her. Rest. Sit down. It's time to rest. Fang Haoyu had actually felt Jiang Jian's gaze. I always feel that Jiang Jian came to see him specially. But he couldn't show anything. What if he is narcissistic? She may not be here to see me. Ling Jikai came over and showed an admiring expression. Damn. The campus beauty of Jiang University is so beautiful. Anyone who can be her boyfriend must have accumulated 8 lifetimes of blessings. Fang Haoyu rolled his eyes at him and said, "Can you be as reserved as me?" Ling Jikai, "No, brother, you are still being reserved. Why do I feel like her eyes are always looking this way? You're not looking at me, are you?" Ling Jikai touched his face narcissistically. "Yao Yutong, would she like your figure? She should be like me, who can be seen exercising regularly." As he spoke, Yao Yutong raised his shoulders to show off his muscles. "Fang Haoyu, Zhu Ziran. Why don't you look at it? Don't you even look at the school beauties?" Now almost all the boys in the playground would look at Jiang Jian from time to time. But Zhu Ziran could actually resist the urge to look. Zhu Ziran curled his lips. "What's so good about it? I only like Sanju." Fang Haoyu. Just at this moment, a girl with a ponytail, about 1.6 meters tall, wearing a JK uniform, came to the 7th company holding an umbrella. Her eyes were fixed on Fang Haoyu, who was sitting behind her. Walked straight towards him. When the other people in dormitory 3357 saw this scene, they all stared in amazement. "Which one? Junior, can I have your contact information?" Fang Haoyu pointed at himself and asked doubtfully, "Me?" Chapter 12. Jiang, are you in love? The people around started to make a noise. Especially his 3 roommates, all listening to the sound of frogs. "Wow tilde. Zhu Ziran began to assist. They came to you in the hot sun to ask for your WeChat ID, and you refused to give it to them." Other students also started to make noises. "Oh." Fang Haoyu suddenly felt a chill on his back. His eyes immediately turned to the senior student sitting at the front of the stands. There was a faint smile on the corner of her mouth. No, it was a sneer. Fang Haoyu remembered what she had said to him at that time. "This is extramarital affair." "Sorry, I'm married." The girl was stunned. "Married?" Ling Jikai quickly came out to smooth things over. "No, he's actually a little crazy, senior sister, don't bother with him. Otherwise, you want my WeChat? I can actually sing pretty well." The girl shook her head. "I don't like those who are too thin." After saying that, he left. Ling Jikai's smile froze and he suddenly fell on Fang Haoyu's legs. "It hurts. It hurts so much. I helped her out but she still humiliated me, woo-woo." Zhu Ziran couldn't help but gloat over his misfortune. "Damn sugar cane, who would want your childlike figure? You deserve it, har har har." Fang Haoyu took a quick glance and found that Jiang Jian's face had returned to its previous coldness. What's going on? He was a little confused. She was quite aloof when there were people around, but she was quite talkative when she was with him. He actually had no intention of giving the girl his contact information. Because without him realizing it, Jiang Jian had already entered his heart. He always felt that Jiang Jian also had a good impression of him. But he was afraid that if he took that step, the ending would be the same as last time. At that time, Shenyi gave him the impression that she liked him, but what happened in the end? So he was very conflicted. Just when he was daydreaming, Jiang Jian stood up from the stands with a bottle of water in her hand. She walked to the 7th company and handed the water to Fang Haoyu. "Fang Haoyu, how do you know I didn't bring any water?" Jiang Jian said calmly, "For you." Fang Haoyu took the water mechanically, his mind going blank. Giving him water in front of so many people? Although the two of them got married, he knew that they were not really together. Moreover, Jiang Jian was an iceberg goddess, a cold goddess in Jiangda. He really couldn't imagine the scene of her giving him water in front of so many people. Jiang Jian's expression did not change, but her cheeks could be seen to be slightly flushed. This was the first time she brought water to a boy. In front of so many people. Thank you, senior sister." Fang Haoyu's heartbeat couldn't stop quickening. After delivering the water, Jiang Jian left directly. Fang Haoyu looked at the water in his hand, and his silent heart began to become restless. The freshmen who saw this scene were stunned. What is the relationship between these two people? Why can I ask the school beauty to deliver water? This is the most beautiful girl in Jiangnan University. For a moment, countless pairs of jealous, envious and hateful eyes stared at Fang Haoyu. Even Ling Jikai turned into a love rival and stared at him intently, Son, when did you find a daughter-in-law?
Juzaran, what's going on? Are you no longer single? Or are you dating the school beauty? No wonder you didn't give that senior sister your WeChat.
Yao Yutong, doing great things quietly.
Fang Haoyu said unhappily, how can Jiang Jian like me?
I don't even know her. Of course, how could he not know Jiang Jian? I have received all the certificates.
Do you know him?
But he didn't want them to misunderstand that they were not in a relationship. Besides, he wasn't sure whether Jiang Jian had that kind of thought towards him.
Then why did she send you water? Maybe he's my fan.
Fang Haoyu was a little narcissistic.
Don't you know what kind of person my father is?
I'm so charming, it's not impossible for the school beauty to be attracted to me.
Oh. If she takes a fancy to you, I'll eat you directly.
Ling Jikai pretended to be disgusted.
I didn't expect you to be so narcissistic.
I like you to come to my bed at night.
Zhu Ziran had a lewd smile on his face.
Fang Haoyu quickly begged for mercy. I was wrong, Brother Jie, please let me go.
Girls' dormitory. Jiang, are you in love?
Yang Xiaoling asked with a little dissatisfaction.
Jiang Jian's expression froze. Who told you that? What nonsense are you talking about?
Yang Xiaoling, if you're not in a relationship, why do you go out every day recently?
I am just like an old widower now, woo woo woo. Jiang Jian rolled her eyes at her in annoyance. You really are good at imagining things.
She really wasn't in a relationship.
Getting a marriage certificate, falling in love. Inequality seconds.
The military training is over.
This also means that real college life is about to begin.
Fang Haoyu really wanted to say, 2 weeks.
Do you know how I spent these 2 weeks?
2 weeks of military training are over. Classes will start tomorrow.
What? Advanced mathematics class tomorrow morning. I have class 8.
Zhu Ziran almost fainted when looking at the schedule.
What he hates most is mathematics. Fang Haoyu's math grades are okay, but he also hates math.
I did well on the test, but I didn't like it.
What are you doing?
Ling Jikai looked at Fang Haoyu's screen curiously.
Fang Haoyu said calmly, my part-time job. Ling Jikai, writing novels. That's amazing. Fang Haoyu sighed, what's so great about this?
I can only earn enough to live on. I haven't had time to update during this period of military training. My readers are sending me razor blades.
That's right,
Fang Haoyu stayed at home most of the time during the summer vacation.
But he found a part-time job that suits him.
A part-time job that doesn't require you to leave the house. That is to be a part-time online writer. But his level is average and he can barely earn 2 or 3,000. Although his father would give him living expenses of 3,000 a month, plus his own income, he could make 6,000 a month. 6,000 a month, if you save it yourself, you will have more money and you don't have to always look at your father's face. Then you can also buy gaming equipment and travel during holidays. Another reason why he writes novels is because he himself likes reading novels.
What kind of article did you write?
Esports articles, about games.
Is there a class meeting tomorrow?
Zhu Ziran suddenly said.
It looks like the election class did it.
Fang Haoyu shook his head, it's none of my business.
I'm a bad person.
Being a shift worker is thankless and I'm not even a dog.
Ling Jikai, I don't want it either.
Zhu Ziran, I don't want it either.
Yao Yutong, I want to be a league secretary.
Fang Haoyu looked puzzled, you are still the secretary of the youth league.
Yao Yutong smiled and said, I really want to improve.
Fang Haoyu, league secretary, have you eaten?
Yao Yutong immediately put on an official tone and asked, have the people eaten?
Har 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 har.
Who sent these?
I don't know who sent it, but I remember clearly who didn't.
Yao Yutong's official tone made everyone laugh.
The holy body of innate progress, you should be the league secretary. Don't worry, if you vote for me, there will be great benefits.
Can you answer for us if we call the roll in class?
That's the class monitor's job.
Chapter 13, Wedding Room. Yao Yutong got his wish and became the youth league secretary.
Lead.
Isn't he the big leader?
Come here quickly. As soon as Yao Yutong came down, everyone in 3357 started to make fun of her.
Time flies.
After just 1 week of classes, the Mid-Autumn Festival holiday arrived.
The classes are finally over, Haoyu. Are you going back?
Zhu Ziran asked while watching the latest episode. Fang Haoyu nodded. My home is here. I will definitely go back during the Mid-Autumn Festival. My parents will definitely miss me. After saying that, he left the dormitory carrying a school bag. Dad. Open the door. Your son is back. I'm at the door. Fang Haoyu called his father. Why did you come back? Fang Ling didn't open the door. Fang Haoyu looked puzzled. Don't you miss me? I miss your mom, not you. Beep, beep, beep. Fang Haoyu. Looking at the hung-up phone, Fang Haoyu fell silent. Is really my dad? Isn't Mid-Autumn Festival a day for reunion? You don't even want your son to go home. Just when he was considering whether to go back to the dormitory, Jiang Jian sent him a location. Your father asked you to live here. What's going on? Fang Haoyu was a little confused. Check the positioning. It is a community very close to Jiangda University. Could it be that this is the house my dad bought for me? Fang Haoyu quickly rejected this idea. Although my father has some money, it is unlikely that he can buy a house for me. Maybe you rent it for yourself. But it's fine as long as I can live here. I've already said I wanted to go home. If they find out about this, my parents will kick me out. He will definitely be laughed at by these sons. Moreover, he had to guard against Zhu Ziran's philosophical attacks at night. Can't go back to the dormitory. Fang Haoyu chose to go to the residential area. I have arrived. Building 12, 1501, come up on your own. Fang Haoyu just walked to the door and before he knocked, the door opened. As the door opened, a gorgeous woman came into view. Jiang Jian was wearing a thin pair of pajamas and shorts, revealing her graceful figure. Fang Haoyu's eyes widened when he saw this. Jade shoulders, jade legs, jade feet. No. Anything will only harm you. Fang Haoyu shook his head and put aside his dirty thoughts. Senior? You live here. Come in, the slippers are in the shoe cabinet. Jiang Jian looked indifferent and did not answer his question immediately. Fang Haoyu hurried in and changed into slippers. Pink? This is too hot. He looked at the pair of pink slippers on his feet, which actually had a rabbit pattern on them. It's so girly. He is a real man. Jiang Jian smiled playfully. Pink is so beautiful? The bunny is so cute, how can you say it's hot? Before she came in just now, Jiang Jian looked quite aloof. How come it becomes lively as soon as the door is closed? Is she very different in private? Fang Haoyu took a look at Jiang Jian's jade feet. No, it's slippers. I found out that they were the same style, but hers was blue and had a big bad wolf pattern on it. Is it a couple's edition? Fang Haoyu's cheeks turned slightly red. Why do I feel like a little rabbit entering a wolf's den? Senior, you haven't answered me yet. Why are you here? Jiang Jian shrugged. I have been here for a long time. I have lived here for a year. Jade shoulders. Fang Haoyu withdrew his gaze. No, I can't watch this anymore. My attention keeps being drawn to weird places. Wait a minute. You've been living here for a year? Isn't this the place my dad rented for me? I bought it for you. Bought it for me. When did my father treat me so well? He said before that if we don't get married, my living expenses will be halved. Fang Haoyu looked surprised. I already had a house before I graduated. Don't rely on others, it all depends on the efforts of parents. Fang Haoyu, that's not right. My dad bought me this house. Why are you here? Jiang Jian smiled faintly, because this is the wedding house that dad bought for us. Wedding room. Fang Haoyu was stunned. Jiang Jian smiled slyly. We have both obtained the marriage certificate, so my father is your father, right? We are one family and should not have different opinions. Fang Haoyu then realized that this was the wedding house that Uncle Jiang bought for them. Looking at Jiang Jian's triumphant smile, Fang Haoyu swallowed. Why did he feel like he had entered a den of wolves, and the one in question was a beautiful, big female wolf? Jiang Jian, you have to stay here on weekends from now on. Of course, you can stay here on weekdays as well. Fang Haoyu, why? Jiang Jian pretended to be pitiful and said, can you bear to let your wife stay alone in the empty room? After saying that, she blinked her big watery eyes. This made Fang Haoyu's heart beat fast. Isn't it a fake certificate? Why are things going in a strange direction? No, I refuse. A Sigma man will never. Okay. Fang Haoyu nodded. Looking at Jiang Ziyan's pitiful big eyes, he really couldn't say no. Plus, he really did have feelings for Jiang Ziyan. So allow the Sigma man to become a Dongmar man once. My room. Fang Haoyu pointed inside. This apartment is quite big, with 4 bedrooms and a living room. It can be seen that Jiang Ziyan's father is very good to her. Jiang Ziyan raised her eyebrows. Let me show you around our wedding room. They always say this is the wedding room. Fang Haoyu felt like he was really married. But it seems to be true, after all, the certificate is real. Soon he was shocked by this wedding room. There is a room specially set up here as an esports room. 2 computers. Jiang Ziyan, I made this specially for you. Do you like it? The graphics card is 4090, so don't worry about the configuration. 4090. Fang Haoyu couldn't bear it anymore. He ran over and gently stroked their computer's equipment. I use gaming laptops at school, which are considered the king of laptops. I didn't expect that there is an esports room here. The equipment is so advanced. No. Who would stay in the dormitory on weekends? He would die here. Seeing Fang Haoyu's expression, Jiang Ziyan's lips curled up slightly. Oh, man. It only takes a slight move to control you. Fang Haoyu said excitedly, can I play 2 games in the future? Jiang Ziyan glared at him and said, the other one is mine. What are you thinking? She really wanted to kick this straight man to death. Isn't it obvious that there are 2 computers? Pig brain. Stupid idiot. Fang Haoyu, can you play games? Looking at his questioning eyes, Jiang Ziyan curled her lips and said, I can beat you to death. The man's desire to win suddenly arose. Fang Haoyu sneered, Senior Jiang, I'm not bragging. If you can beat me in the game I'm good at, I will listen to you in this house and do whatever you tell me to do. Jiang Ziyan's lips curled up slightly, you said that. Then she held out her little finger, pin it. Fang Haoyu laughed and said, are you a kid? Are you still making pinky promises? Even though he said this, his hand still stretched out unconsciously. So soft. Is this the senior sister's delicate hand? Fang Haoyu couldn't help but blush slightly. He didn't know how many times he had blushed today. We make a pinky promise and never change it for 100 years. Jiang Ziyan smiled foolishly. Etc. Why does this scene feel familiar to me? Chapter 14. Only 1 bedroom. Fang Haoyu frowned. I seem to have seen this scene somewhere. But he really couldn't remember. Unconsciously, his hands were intertwined with Jiang Ziyan's small hands. Jiang Ziyan's pretty face turned slightly red, and she said softly, what's wrong? Do you like my hand very much? Fang Haoyu reacted and quickly let go, no. I'm sorry, senior sister Jiang, I didn't mean it. Jiang Ziyan touched his face and said, just call me senior sister. There's no need to add the word Jiang. What's wrong with your face? It's so hot. No. It's okay, maybe it's too hot. Fang Haoyu was like a frightened little rabbit. I quickly ran to the bathroom to wash my face. Jiang Ziyan looked at his back lovingly. Did this little fool remember something? Fang Haoyu washed his face and took a deep breath. Just by interlocking his fingers with his senior, his face couldn't help but get hot. This was the first time he was so intimate with another girl. It was also the first time he held another girl's hand. Jiang Ziyan smiled evilly and said, it turns out you are still a pure and innocent boy. Fang Haoyu blushed and explained, what are you talking about? I'm a little hot. You're just being stubborn, but you really like touching my hand, right? Jiang Ziyan raised her eyebrows and looked at him with a hint of amusement. Fang Haoyu blushed and turned his head away, no. Jiang Ziyan slowly approached him and hooked his chin with her finger, stupid junior, you can't even tell a lie. If you like holding my hand, just say it directly. We have already obtained the marriage certificate. Fang Haoyu's face was red all the way to his neck. He didn't even dare to meet her gaze. My heart couldn't stop beating. Is this still the aloof senior from Jiangcheng University, the ice goddess? It's almost breaking me. The atmosphere at this moment was extremely ambiguous. Jiang Ziyan's mouth corners slightly raised. She felt like she was teasing a decent woman. Little White Rabbit Jr., hey, here comes Big Bad Wolf Sr. Just when Fang Haoyu closed his eyes and was about to let her do what she wanted, he found that Jiang Jian was taking pictures of him with her mobile phone. Fang Haoyu. Jiang Jian couldn't stop laughing and said, "Sorry, your expression is too funny." Fang Haoyu's expression just now showed that he was at the mercy of others. After taking the photo, he waved it in front of Fang Haoyu's face. Fang Haoyu saw that there was a hint of enjoyment in the expression of himself in the photo, as he let others do whatever they wanted. "This photo of me makes me look too perverted, doesn't it? I am a gentleman." Fang Haoyu made a bitter face and begged, "Senior sister, I beg you, delete it." Jiang Jian smiled darkly, "Little White Rabbit, this depends on your performance." "Help! Who on earth said Jiang Jian is a cold goddess?" Fang Haoyu felt like crying but had no tears. "She's simply a female hooligan." "Wrong. It must be a very beautiful female gangster. If you live here by yourself, would the senior sister not peek at me while I was taking a bath? What are you thinking about? Judging from your expression, you seem to be enjoying it." By the way, where is my bedroom?" Fang Haoyu quickly changed the subject. "Jiang Jian, didn't I introduce it to you just now?" Fang Haoyu frowned. "Wait, but after you introduced it, there is only one master bedroom left." "Do you mean? Let me live in the esports room?" Fang Haoyu suddenly became excited. "It's worth it to live in the esports room." The corners of Jiang Jian's mouth, which were originally raised, froze. "I really want to spray him to death with a mouthful of salt soda. Don't you understand even after talking about this?" Jiang Jian snorted coldly, "There is no bed in the esports room, where are you going to sleep? On the floor?" "Fang Haoyu, then where should I sleep? You can't let me sleep on the sofa in the living room, right?" Jiang Jian pretended to be very embarrassed. "What should I do then?" "In that case, I'll have no choice but to let you live in the same room with me." Fang Haoyu heard this and quickly waved his hands. "No, no, no. There's really no need to trouble you like this. Sleeping with my senior. Just thinking about this scene is exciting. But he is a gentleman, how could he take advantage of others?" Jiang Jian said unhappily, "Just sleep when I tell you to. She has given this much of a leg up, doesn't this idiot understand what she means?" Fang Haoyu didn't expect her to be angry, and said helplessly, "I live." Jiang Jian glared at him fiercely, "Is it unfair for you to live with me? What's that expression on your face? Are you a spoiled brat?" She is also aggrieved. "I am the most beautiful girl in Jiang University. I was actually despised by this kid." In fact, Fang Haoyu was not disgusted, but in his eyes, Jiang Jian was holy and he dared not defile her. Fang Haoyu wanted to cry but had no tears. All up to you. Come here." Jiang Jian gave him a wink. Fang Haoyu walked over obediently. Jiang Jian gently stood on tiptoe, stroked his head with her hand, and said sweetly, "Don't be wronged, can you just listen to me obediently?" Fang Haoyu almost couldn't help but hug him. "Senior sister, this is so cute. So healing. Well, I don't feel wronged." Jiang Jian patiently explained, "I didn't decorate this house, it was my father who did it. These things are all arranged according to the couple, such as slippers and so on. So it's normal to have only one bedroom, isn't it? And I, a virgin girl, didn't say anything, so what are you afraid of? Are you planning something bad to me? We can just lie in bed and do nothing. It's fine. Isn't that enough if we have a clear conscience?" Fang Haoyu seemed to be persuaded as well. "Indeed, although we two sleep in the same room, it is clean and innocent, and I have a clear conscience." He was like a little white rabbit who was fooled by the big bad wolf Jiang Jian. In his heart, he must have wanted to sleep with the senior, after all, she was so pretty, but he didn't have a reason. Jiang Jian found a reason for him. "Did your father really arrange this place?" Fang Haoyu asked suspiciously. "People of the older generation generally don't set up things like esports rooms, right?" Jiang Jian said solemnly, "Don't worry, when have I ever lied to you?" She blinked her big, sincere eyes at Fang Haoyu. But what she thought in her heart was, "I was lying to you, I did it on purpose, I arranged all this." Fang Haoyu originally wanted to question it. "Last time I pretended to get the marriage certificate, she played it once. Who knows if he will be deceived this time?" But when he saw the sincere look in the senior's eyes, he couldn't help but believe it. Besides, is it possible that the senior sister is cheating on me? If they sleep together, it's obvious that he will make more money. He is the prey. No. The hunter. The hunter often appears as the prey. Fang Haoyu feels that his current IQ is higher than Einstein's. The one being controlled is her, not me. There's still plenty of time, how about two? Fang Haoyu said. The two of them just made a bet. If he loses, he can do whatever the senior student wants. It's time to show his true strength as an FPS genius. Chapter 15, Meal cooked by a senior. No, senior, you opened it, right? Fang Haoyu looked incredulous. My best game was played by a girl like a robot. Fang Haoyu said stubbornly, it must be that I didn't feel good today, how can I fix it? I let you win. Jiang Jian made a cute face at him, if you are not good at it, practice more. I'm willing to admit defeat. From now on, you have to listen to me in this family. Fang Haoyu said with a bitter face, okay, I accept. Jiang Jian put her hands on her hips and said, you must report to me when you go out. There is only one key to their house, and I will keep it. You are not allowed to bring other people here. If you want to come, you must tell me. Got it. Fang Haoyu saluted, yes. Senior sister. Puff. Jiang Jian couldn't help laughing at his funny look. Little white rabbit apprentice is so cute. Hee, I really want to eat him. Senior, what about dinner? Should we order takeout? Fang Haoyu suddenly thought of a question. How to cook? He only knows how to make scrambled eggs and fried rice, and instant noodles with more than a dozen flavors. Jiang Jian smiled calmly, I'll do it. Fang Haoyu was a little surprised, senior sister, you can also cook. Jiang Jian, it's okay, edible. It will be just a few billion. She likes cooking and often studies a lot of recipes on the internet. This is also one of her hobbies. But she always cooks for herself and never cooks for others. This was the first time she cooked for others. My first time was given to this stupid junior. Jiang Jian glanced at the time and it was almost time. Wait a moment, I'll go in and cook. Fang Haoyu asked, do you need my help? Will you be too busy to handle it alone? Jiang Jian shook her head, no need, you have never done it before, and coming in will only cause trouble for me. Fang Haoyu said aggrievedly, okay then. Come on, senpai. I'll go cut some fruit for you. Jiang Jian chuckled and murmured, why do you get cuter as you grow older? I really want to rub it. She was a little dazed. For a moment she felt that they were really newlyweds. It's time for dinner. Jiang Jian reminded. Here I come. Fang Haoyu was already extremely hungry. He had already smelled the fragrance just now. It smells so good. Fang Haoyu was drooling as he looked at the dishes on the table. Sweet and sour spare ribs, chicken soup, quarter chicken wings, stir-fried Chinese cabbage. They were all his favorite foods. How do you know I like to eat these? Fang Haoyu was a little surprised. Jiang Jian said proudly, don't be narcissistic, I don't know, I just happen to want to do it. Looking at her proud little expression, Fang Haoyu couldn't help but laugh. He was already sure of it. The senior might really be interested in him. Although I don't know why this is the case, I really like her. As for whether the two of them will really get together, let's take it one step at a time. After all, the lesson from last time was too profound. He didn't want to go through it again. Senior, let me help you get the rice. Fang Haoyu hurried to help him get the rice. Jiang Jian showed a satisfied smile on her face, it's quite good, it's not in vain to work so hard for so long. Soon 2 bowls of rice were served. Hee, first bite, senior sister, eat first. Fang Haoyu put a piece of pork ribs into Jiang Jian's bowl. Jiang Jian was slightly stunned and her cheeks turned slightly red. Watching the senior sister eat it, Fang Haoyu also started to eat. Tilde delicious. He couldn't help but praise it. It is no exaggeration to say that this is the most delicious sweet and sour spare ribs he has ever eaten. The taste of sour and sweet blends together, and it's just right, not too sour nor too sweet. It's better than what some hotel chefs cook. Fang Haoyu said from the bottom of his heart. Jiang Jian was secretly happy, but she controlled her expression very well. What people who cook want most is to get recognition from others. You like it? I love it. Then I will cook for you every day. Jiang Jian smiled shyly. Fang Haoyu's eyes were slightly dazed. The shy senior is so cute. The atmosphere gradually became ambiguous. Neither of them spoke after that. Fang Haoyu never stopped talking. It's so delicious. What did you eat at school before? It's either braised chicken or chicken in a hot pot. He almost became a chicken. So when he ate the food cooked by his senior, he is so happy. Jiang Jian suddenly asked, "Can you still eat?" Fang Haoyu quickly swallowed the food in his mouth. Me? I'm fine, right? What's wrong? Jiang Jian handed him the half remaining rice in the bowl. Help me eat it, I can't finish it and I don't want to waste it. Fang Haoyu just gave her a bowl of rice. Although it was not very full, she still couldn't eat too much. She doesn't have a big appetite. Fang Haoyu also reacted. He glanced at the rice in the senior's bowl. I silently made note of my senior sister's appetite. Don't make this mistake again. I'll help you eat. Fang Haoyu's face turned slightly hot. He played too much, so it must be his problem. It can't be the senior's fault, right? He must solve his own problems. But when I thought about the fact that this was the meal my senior had eaten, he couldn't stop blushing. Is this an indirect kiss? Fang Haoyu took the bowl from his senior and started eating in small bites. For some reason, he always felt that the senior's meal tasted better than his. Sweeter than his rice. Fang Haoyu quickly controlled his expression. He was afraid that his senior would define him as a hooligan. Senior, let me wash the dishes in a moment, you go and have a rest, I just cut some fruit in the living room. Fang Haoyu touched his bloated belly. He was already worried that he would get fat if he continued like this. After all, if the senior student keeps cooking for him, it will be hard for him not to get fat. Being fat is just being fat, happiness is over. After washing the dishes, Fang Haoyu originally planned to go in and play games. But Jiang Jian called him over. Watch a play with me. Good. Fang Haoyu did not hesitate. Unconsciously, he began to obey the other party inexplicably. The sofa was very large, so Fang Haoyu did not sit directly next to the senior student. Jiang Jian frowned slightly. Come here. Oh. Fang Haoyu quickly moved his butt over. Two people sat in the middle of the sofa. Although the two were very close, they were not leaning against each other. Smells good. Does the senior sister have her own body perfume? After getting close to the senior sister, he could smell her faint body fragrance. Very pleasant taste, very addictive. If he could, he really wanted to hold the senior in his arms and give her a deep kiss. Satisfy your nasal urge. Senior, what drama are you watching? Korean drama. Korean drama. Fang Haoyu had never watched this kind of drama. He had seen the commentary on Douyin before. Isn't it just love? What is there to see? Chapter 16, Cute Idiot Junior. Wow, why aren't they together? Fang Haoyu was very distressed. The sweetness between the hero and heroine in the beginning became more intense later on, as various misunderstandings prevented them from being together. Fang Haoyu subconsciously fell on the shoulder of his senior student. Jiang Jian glanced at him. No. I'm sorry. Fang Haoyu reacted and wanted to apologize. Jiang Jian raised the corners of her mouth slightly, and said in a playful tone, It's okay, if you are tired, you can lie on my lap. Fang Haoyu saw the senior sister's pair of white and slender legs. His face suddenly turned red. He didn't even dare to imagine how comfortable these legs would be. But he still held back. I am a gentleman. Jiang Jian looked at Fang Haoyu with a smile. The feeling of teasing this little white rabbit is really addictive. Fang Haoyu sat up straight instantly, not daring to move at all. Jiang Jian raised her eyebrows. You don't move. Then I'll move. The next second, Fang Haoyu felt a silky soft touch on his shoulder. And along with the touch comes a faint fragrance. Senior, what are you doing? Fang Haoyu was suddenly at a loss, his heart beating wildly. Don't talk, let me lie down for a while. She spoke in a soft voice with a slight tremor. At this moment, a blush appeared on her face. This was the first time she leaned on a man's shoulder. The first time was given to this stupid junior. Fang Haoyu didn't dare to move rashly. Put your hands on my shoulders. Jiang Ziyan's voice was very gentle. Yeah. Fang Haoyu put his hand on her shoulder. The two of them are like a couple. The girl leaned on the boy's shoulder and watched the show. Senior, this plot is so outrageous. They finally resolved the misunderstanding and were ready to be together, but the male lead lost his memory. It's so outrageous. I'm so angry watching it. Do you think it's true that someone could lose their memory? Well, it's possible. Why? Because I've experienced it. Have you ever lost your memory? Jiang Ziyan chuckled. Guess. I'm not a child. Who are you? Fang Haoyu pouted. You are. Bounce. Jiang Ziyan, the rebound is ineffective. She glanced at the time and said calmly, it's time to take a shower and go to bed. Go take a shower first, your pajamas are in the room. Fang Haoyu nodded. He washed very quickly. There is no doubt that boys take showers very quickly. Senior, I'm done washing. So fast? Jiang Ziyan asked puzzledly. Fang Haoyu chuckled, there are faster ways. When I was in high school, I played basketball in the afternoon. Every time I was going to be late at night, I could take a shower and change clothes in 2.5 minutes. Jiang Ziyan raised her eyebrows. Are you quite proud? Fang Haoyu, that's a must. Jiang Ziyan said calmly, it's my turn now, you go play on the computer first. Okay Tilda. I'm done. It takes so long to wash. Fang Haoyu had already played 2 ranked games before the senior student came out. Because I washed my hair. Jiang Ziyan had just walked out of the bathroom, her hair was still wet and exuding a fresh scent. Her pink pajamas clung softly to her body, outlining her slender figure. Fang Haoyu was slightly stunned. It's not just because the senior sister has an indescribable beauty when she comes out of the shower. Another reason is that he was also wearing pink pajamas. Same pajamas. No, it should be a couple's edition. Senior, this. He glanced at his pajamas. Jiang Ziyan raised her eyebrows. What's wrong? Are you feeling wrong for wearing the same clothes as me? Do you dislike me? Fang Haoyu quickly explained, that's not what I meant. I am so honored to be wearing the same clothes as my senior sister. Jiang Ziyan chuckled and murmured, idiot. Fang Haoyu, senior sister, what did you say? Jiang Ziyan put away her smile and her expression became cold again. I said come over and help blow dry my hair. But I don't know how to blow dry girls' hair. If you don't know how to learn, this is the Queen's order. Yes, Your Majesty. Then Fang Haoyu went to find a hair dryer. Fang Haoyu said as he helped the senior blow dry her hair, Senior, this is the first time I blow dry a girl's hair. Jiang Ziyan smiled calmly, this is also the first time I've asked a boy to help blow dry my hair. Senior, your hair smells so good. You are allowed to smell it. Ahem, don't get me wrong, I don't have this habit. Really? I didn't. Fang Haoyu felt a little aggrieved. The senior student's expression clearly showed disbelief. Okay, blow it dry. Fang Haoyu looked at her expectantly. His face was full of requests for praise, like a little child. Jiang Ziyan couldn't help laughing in her heart, and then pretended to be very surprised. Wow, you play the flute very well, it's great. Hearing such compliments. Fang Haoyu's mouth corners almost curled up to the sky. That's right, that's right. Then can you help blow dry my hair every day? If you can help blow dry my hair every day, my hair will definitely look good. Fang Haoyu's smile was harder to suppress than AK's at this moment. No problem, from now on, let me, your junior brother, take care of your hair. Jiang Ziyan tried hard to suppress her smile. My junior is so funny. No wonder it is said that male psychology is child psychology. If you praise him a few more times, he will be in a state of disbelief. So cute. If I punch such a cute junior, he will probably cry for a long time, right? If Fang Haoyu knew what the senior was thinking, he would definitely cover his face. Master bedroom. Looking at the big pink bed in the bedroom, Fang Haoyu said with some embarrassment, Senior sister, where should I sleep? Jiang Ziyan, of course it's the bed, do you want to sleep on the floor? Fang Haoyu, it's not impossible. Jiang Ziyan rolled her eyes at him.
Straight man. Half each, no more than that. If more than that, it's the puppy. Jiang Jian said lightly. In fact, this bed is quite big. Even if it is only half as big, it is still bigger than the bed in school. Okay, but there's only one quilt. How about I go buy some tomorrow? No need, the quilt is quite big. Jiang Jian said unhappily. I arranged it carefully, but this stupid junior is dilly-dallying. It seems like it's very unfair to sleep with myself. The more I think about it, the angrier I get. Stop talking. Go to sleep. Jiang Jian pouted. Come here, Jiang Jian patted the seat next to her and said in an urgent tone. Fang Haoyu did not dare to neglect. Oh, here it comes. Don't do anything touching at night, Jiang Jian reminded. Fang Haoyu, don't worry, there is nothing wrong with my character. It's you, senior sister. Jiang Jian glared at him with a slightly warning look in her eyes. What's wrong with me? Nothing, nothing. Lights off. Chapter 17. You are the puppy. Senior, are you asleep? Fang Haoyu couldn't sleep, not sure if it was because of nervousness or some other reason. Maybe I was too excited. I can sleep in the same bed with my senior. This is a good thing that many people envy. Jiang Jian responded in a low voice, no. Are you suffering from insomnia? Somewhat. Fang Haoyu asked curiously, why? I'm usually used to listening to music and sleeping alone. Jiang Jian said lightly. Fang Haoyu asked, how about I go out? No need, just sing a song for me. Jiang Jian suddenly said. I saw you singing on the confession wall. You sang pretty well. I really like Jay Cho's songs. Fang Haoyu was slightly stunned. Do you also like to listen to Jay Cho's songs? What do you want to listen to? I can sing almost all of Jay Cho's songs. Fang Haoyu is also a fan of Jay Cho. Jiang Jian was silent for a while, then said, I want to hear Dandelion's Promise. Okay, let me make it clear first, if I sing a cappella, it might not sound that good. Yeah, that's okay. Fang Haoyu closed his eyes and began to recall the lyrics, then he spoke slowly. Dandelions by the elementary school fence. It's a scenery with flavor in memory. The sound of cicadas can be heard from the nap playground. It still sounds good after so many years. His voice is very gentle, and even though it is a cappella, it still sounds very nice. The accompaniment sounded in Jiang Jian's mind. With Fang Haoyu's voice, her memories went back to her childhood. Sleepiness came quietly. A promise to grow up together. It's so clear, I believe it after I ticked it. And I can no longer tell whether you are my friendship or my missed love. With the end of the last line of lyrics. The song is over. Senior sister? Are you asleep? Fang Haoyu asked in a very low voice. He got no response. Looks like he's asleep. In that case, I should go to sleep. Fang Haoyu yawned and pulled the quilt closer to prevent the senior sister from catching a cold. I am such a caring junior. No wonder my senior is interested in me. Fang Haoyu always felt like something was strangling his neck and he was having trouble breathing. Straight away he was woken up. He removed the object that was grabbing his neck. What the hell? Fang Haoyu rubbed his eyes, looking like he was still sleepy. He turned back subconsciously, and as soon as he turned back, he couldn't help but widen his eyes. Is this something I can see? Jiang Jian's face was no more than 10 centimeters away from his. Fang Haoyu swallowed, he could feel his senior sister's breath at this moment. Her skin was as smooth and delicate as porcelain, emitting a faint luster. Her long eyelashes trembled slightly above her tightly closed eyes, as if she would wake up at any time. This made Fang Haoyu dare not move at all. His heartbeat accelerated uncontrollably and his face turned red. Smells good. He had a feeling. After spending a long time with my senior, I started to smell nice too. He murmured quietly, Senior, this is not my problem. You crossed the line last night. I'm not a puppy. Then he couldn't help but smirk. Hey, I'm not a puppy, senior sister is a puppy, and a good-looking puppy at that. He gently brushed away the strand of hair from the senior's face. Senior, you look so good. It would be great if you were really my girlfriend. After waiting for a while and making sure that she would not wake up for a while, he quietly got up.
Afterwards, Fang Haoyu covered her with the quilt and left on tiptoe, holding a pair of pink slippers in his hand, for fear of disturbing the senior. Senior, I'm going to buy you breakfast. After he leaves. Jiang Jian didn't open her eyes, but her lips were slightly raised. Who wants to be your girlfriend? You are the puppy. What do you like to eat, senior? Fang Haoyu was wandering on the street looking for food. Suddenly someone sent a message on WeChat. Who is it? Fang Haoyu took a curious look. It was a message sent by several people in the dormitory group. Group name, father and his 3 good-looking sons. Zhu Ziran, leader, please bring me some breakfast. Yao Yuton, call me dad. Zhu Ziran, dad. Bring your son some breakfast. Ling Jikai, Zhu Ziran's expression pack of dancing to the Pure Land during military training. Zhu Ziran, is your butt itchy? Ling Jikai, please do it. Zhu Ziran, don't go back to the dormitory for a while, or else wash your butt and wait for me. Fang Haoyu. How come there was a pervert among my sons? Fang Haoyu, your father is here. Zhu Ziran, you should also wash your butt and wait for me. Yao Yuton, by the way, Haoyu, aren't you from here? Do you want to have a meal together tonight during the holiday? Fang Haoyu finally reacted. They have all been in school for almost a month. We haven't had a meal together yet. How is this possible? We can just take advantage of these 3-day holiday to get together. Fang Haoyu, no problem, let us go out for a drink tonight. Zhu Ziran, plus. Mambo. Ling Jikai, drinking? My strong point. I can easily control you guys. Yao Yuton, let us put it this way, Haoyu, you are local, so you can find a place when the time comes. Fang Haoyu, no problem. After Fang Haoyu set a time with a few people, he continued to look for food. Finished. Forgot I didn't have my keys. Fang Haoyu was standing downstairs with breakfast in hand. He also wanted the senior sister to see breakfast as soon as she woke up. In this way, the senior student will definitely have a good impression of him. But it seems that I miscalculated. I should send a message to my senior. Just then the door suddenly opened. Jiang Jian raised her eyebrows. Stupid junior, you didn't bring your keys. Senior. Aren't you still sleeping? Fang Haoyu was a little surprised. She seemed to be sleeping soundly at the time, but I didn't expect her to wake up in half an hour. Jiang Jian's pretty face flushed slightly. I can't sleep without the pillow. Fang Haoyu scratched his head. What pillow? Jiang Jian smiled playfully. My puppy pillow. Fang Haoyu then realized that the pillow the senior sister was talking about might be himself. But it wasn't him who crossed the line. Senior, it's not. Fang Haoyu was about to explain. Jiang Jian glared at him. Who is the puppy? Fang Haoyu stammered. I'm a puppy. Jiang Jian then smiled again. Good boy. Let's go and take my puppy home. Fang Haoyu sighed. Forget it, a puppy is a puppy. At least I can still sleep in the arms of my senior sister. In this case, it seems that there is nothing wrong with being a dog. The two returned to the bridal chamber. Senior, I bought some soup dumplings especially for you. They are the most delicious ones nearby. I often order from this restaurant during the holidays. Fang Haoyu smiled. Another expression of seeking praise. Jiang Jian's heart almost melted when she saw this. Family, who understands? The little brother is so cute. I want to rub it. You're so great, little brother. How did you know I wanted to eat soup dumplings this morning? Jiang Jian showed a surprised expression. Chapter 18 I can't do it. That's right, that's right. Fang Haoyu's mouth corners were almost twisted to the back of his ears. Jiang Jian couldn't help laughing when she saw this stupid junior acting silly. Fool. If it doesn't taste good, I won't cook for you tonight. Fang Haoyu suddenly remembered that he seemed to have not reported yet. Sister, I plan to have dinner with my roommate tonight. Jiang Jian blinked her big watery eyes and waved her little hand. Okay, I allow it. Fang Haoyu hurriedly said, Thank you, Your Majesty. Jiang Jian said with satisfaction, My beloved concubine, please stand up. Fang Haoyu was slightly stunned. My beloved? When did I become the beloved concubine? Jiang Jian raised her eyebrows. Is it not good to be a concubine? Or do you want to be a eunuch? Do you want to be Xiao Haozi?
No, 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 I still want to be a royal concubine.
Fang Haoyu chuckled. He doesn't want to be a eunuch. Besides, the title of beloved concubine is quite nice. Come here.
Jiang Jian said lightly.
What's wrong? Is it not to the emperor's taste? Fang Haoyu asked cautiously.
No.
Then why?
I want my beloved to feed me. Jiang Jian raised her eyebrows and smiled wickedly.
Fang Haoyu blushed immediately. Your Majesty, I can't do this. Jiang Jian said with a hint of displeasure, if you can't do it, then I will have to let concubine she come to dine with me. Fang Haoyu looked confused. The senior is really good at playing. Where did this imperial concubine she come from? The drama is confirmed.
Too childish, I won't play with my senior sister.
No. Your Majesty, I was wrong. Fang Haoyu said very aggrievedly. Jiang Jian sighed, noble concubine Fang, please don't make things difficult for me. You don't want me to find another man, do you?
Fang Haoyu frowned. Threaten me? Am I the kind of person who would be threatened? Humph, let me tell you. It's me.
Fang Haoyu smiled and said, I will feed the emperor right away.
That's better. Jiang Jian touched his head lovingly.
Hee, cute junior. Who can resist a cute junior who wants to act with them? Senior, it's a little hot, let me blow it for you.
Is it delicious?
Fang Haoyu looked at the senior with anticipation.
Jiang Jian chewed the food carefully in her mouth.
I have to say, this soup dumplings are really delicious. And it was bought by my junior classmate Xiao Go for himself. Even more delicious. Well, it's delicious, just as delicious as you.
Jiang Jian looked at him with a smile in her eyes. I'm delicious.
Senior sister, you're not a man-eater, are you? Fang Haoyu pretended to be very scared.
Jiang Jian chuckled, no, I'm the big bad wolf, and I like to eat little white rabbits like you.
No, it should be little pink rabbits. Fang Haoyu glanced at the slippers on his feet, the pink little rabbit. I have to say, these slippers look very girly. If the senior sister's slippers were not in a smaller size, he would have suspected that the senior sister was wearing his slippers. How can you eat a rabbit when it's so cute? I like braised food.
Senior sister, do you think I'm hot enough?
Fang Haoyu asked tentatively. Jiang Jian propped her chin with her hand and looked at him carefully. You're quite feverish.
I'm going to eat you tonight.
Fang Haoyu was shy and his face couldn't help but get hot. He touched his face subconsciously.
It's over and I want tea really catch fire.
Puff. Jiang Jian looked at his silly look and couldn't help laughing out loud. Fool. Senior, do you want to play games together? After breakfast, Jiang Jian planned to study. Fang Haoyu pulled her to play games. She has always been a self-disciplined person. So she will definitely.
Here I come.
Jiang Jian put the book down and went straight into the esports room with Fang Haoyu. The two did not play a competitive game this time.
Instead, I played Minecraft. Senior sister, look at me and build a unique house for you.
Fang Haoyu said confidently. This is also Jiang Jian's first time playing this game. She also wanted to see what kind of house this stupid junior could build for her. After a while, Fang Haoyu finished building the house.
Jiang Jian was stunned the moment she saw the house.
She could describe the room in 3 words.
Water cube.
Senior? How is it?
It's pretty good.
You can see it's a huge coffin. Fang Haoyu. Jiang Jian almost understood what he was doing after watching his operations. I'll do it. Because the two of them started out playing in creative mode. The main purpose is to let the senior students get familiar with it first. Jiang Jian just studied the things in this game. Then I started tinkering. Fang Haoyu started to build a coffin made of diamond.
2.5 hours later.
All right.
Junior, how is it?
Jiang Jian raised her eyebrows. Fang Haoyu took a look and was stunned. A white villa with 3 floors, steps, green belts and fountains around it. It can be said that it is full of high-end feeling.
Compare it with the diamond coffin you just made. It's simply a crushing defeat.
My beloved, come in quickly. This is the villa I built for you. I am here. Fang Haoyu chose a barbecue stall that was quite close to the school. posted a location in the group. Half an hour later, all four of them were present. As soon as Ju Ziran sat down, he couldn't help but start smelling. Haoyu, what's the smell on you? Originally he wanted to smell the barbecue. Unexpectedly, I smelled a faint fragrance, coming from Fang Haoyu. Ling Jikai came over and smelled it. Woman. This is the smell of a woman. Fang Haoyu. I just took a shower when I came out. Ling Jikai, impossible. Absolutely impossible. I am very familiar with the smell of women. The smell on you is very familiar. I always feel like I have smelled it before. Fang Haoyu rolled his eyes at him. Damn sugarcane. Have you ever dated him? You are familiar with him. Ling Jikai, I trust my nose. Ju Ziran teased, no wonder your nose is so powerful. It turns out to be a dog's nose. Ling Jikai, get lost. Damn philosophy. Ju Ziran, I think you don't understand at all. Yao Yutong smiled and said, these two have been doing this in the dormitory these past 2 days, bickering every day. Fang Haoyu smiled and said, it proves that they have a good relationship. Maybe they can become a couple. Get out. Ju Ziran and Ling Jikai shouted in unison. To be on the safe side, Fang Haoyu picked up 2 boxes of beer. Because he didn't know how much these people could drink. After the wine and side dishes are served, several people started playing dice. 6 sixes. Hack. Counterattack. 3 cups. Drink. Chapter 19. I will only propose to my senior. 1 hour later. Kai. Of course. Ju Ziran was hugging Ling Jikai's waist at this time. Fang Haoyu and Yao Yutong were both looking at this scene with frowns on their faces. He also didn't expect that these two people's dice skills were so poor. I can't drink much either. This is just where. Fang Haoyu was the first to react and immediately took out his cell phone to take pictures of the two of them. The corner of his mouth was almost twisted to the back of his head. This video will definitely go viral if it is posted online. There's the sea below. Kai, don't jump. Ju Ziran shouted. No. I want to jump. Ling Jikai responded, his face full of pain. Ju Ziran said sincerely, you jump, I jump. The two people's faces were flushed, and it was obvious that they were not just drunk. Yao Yutong frowned, is this the Titanic? The two men were hugging and kissing each other in front of the barbecue stall, drunk and crazy. It attracted a lot of onlookers. What a shame. I will never bring them out for drinks again. Fang Haoyu was speechless. Fortunately, I recorded the video of the two people going crazy, and I will show it to them when they sober up. Their expressions should be very interesting. Yao Yutong really couldn't afford to lose face with this person, so she quickly pulled the two of them back. However, the two people who had just returned and sat down were still acting crazy. Kai. Will you marry me? Here is the ring I prepared for you. As Ju Ziran spoke, a ring appeared in his hand. Yao Yutong? Still coming. Fang Haoyu had anticipated this and had already turned on the video. I do. Ling Jikai extended his middle finger. Ju Ziran put the ring on Ling Jikai's middle finger. Fang Haoyu smiled and said, congratulations to the two newlyweds, the ceremony is over. Husband. Wife. Fang Haoyu nodded with satisfaction. Jiangda has a new couple. Leader, let's continue. We must determine the winner. No problem. Leader, you are awesome. Fang Haoyu's head was already starting to feel dizzy at this time. Yao Yutong's face also turned red. You're not bad either. To be honest, he is almost dying. I can only say that it was a draw tonight. How about, just stop there. Great minds think alike. The two of them stopped in tacit understanding. Fang Haoyu's stomach was extremely bloated. Now I can't drink even a drop. I felt like the wine had already reached my throat, and if I drank any more I would just vomit. Send this couple back. Fang Haoyu pointed at them. At this time, the drunk couple hugged each other, then fell asleep on the table. Yao Yutong nodded, no problem, you go home. Fang Haoyu's movements became slow, well, I guess so. Yao Yutong asked worriedly, can you do this? Sure. Fang Haoyu patted his chest. Yao Yutong, then I'll leave first. He then hailed a taxi and left with the two people. After Fang Haoyu paid the money, he was about to leave. Suddenly a familiar voice came from behind. Fang Haoyu. Fang Haoyu was slightly stunned, then turned around to look at the source of the sound. A girl in a floral dress and a high ponytail was looking at him in surprise. It's really you. Fang Haoyu narrowed his eyes slightly, trying to see who she was. Shen Yi? At this point the alcohol's stamina kicked in. He only felt that the people in front of him were ghosts. It turns out that the person on the confession wall is really you. Shen Yi walked over with a very complicated expression. Fang Haoyu shook his head and said nothing. Shen Yi continued, I know what you mean, but I feel that we are really not suitable. There is no need to come to Jiangnan University for me. Your grades can actually go to a better university. Fang Haoyu had already put Shen Yi down long ago. He is dizzy now and just wants to leave quickly. I didn't, don't be so pretentious. He was about to leave, but Shen Yi grabbed him. Actually, you don't have to pretend. If you really like me, I can give you a chance to pursue me. Fang Haoyu frowned and tried to shake off her hand. Suddenly a pleasant voice was heard. Let him go. Jiang Jian suddenly appeared and pulled Fang Haoyu to her side. Don't you know it's rude to just pull someone on the street? Jiang Jian said coldly. The cool temperament in her appeared again. Jiang, senior sister Jiang. Shen Yi was obviously a little bit unbelieving. The usually aloof campus beauty from Jiang University would actually appear here. And she was helping a man out. What is their relationship? Shen Yi's expression became somewhat complicated. No. I'm sorry. Shen Yi apologized quickly. It was indeed her fault in this matter. Fang Haoyu originally wanted to leave. But she held him back. Jiang Jian said calmly, you can go now. Shen Yi wanted to leave, but couldn't help but be curious, do you know him? The after effects of the alcohol are taking effect. Fang Haoyu was already dizzy at this time and was in the same state as Zhu Ziran. Senior, you're here to pick me up? Can we go home? Shen Yi was stunned, you are his girlfriend. How is this possible? How could an iceberg goddess be his girlfriend? Jiang Jian did not respond to her, but said coldly, you'd better not talk nonsense. Shen Yi suddenly felt a chill on her back and nodded quickly, I will definitely not say anything nonsense. Jiang Jian took Fang Haoyu's hand and said, let's go, puppy brother. Hey, here I come. After the two left, Shen Yi still stood there in a daze, unable to calm down for a long time. Is she dreaming? Why did she feel like something of hers was taken away? On their way back to their community, Jiang Jian glared at Fang Haoyu, is this your ex? Fang Haoyu had a silly smile on his face at this time, what ex? I haven't been in a relationship yet, hee. Jiang Jian felt much better after hearing this. What happened just now? Fang Haoyu, hey, what's going on? I just remember someone proposed to me just now. Jiang Jian. You're proposing, aren't you? Fang Haoyu, how is that possible? Hee, I will only propose to senior sisters. Jiang Jian was stunned where she stood. Why don't you leave? You, what did you say? Fang Haoyu, hey, I forgot. I'll take you home when I remember. Jiang Jian's mouth curled up slightly. No. I want to go back to my senior's wedding room. Fang Haoyu said aggrievedly. Jiang Jian couldn't help but smile, I really can't do anything about you. When are you going to propose to me, senior? When my senior sister really likes me. Jiang Jian murmured with love in her eyes, silly boy, is it possible that my senior has already liked you? Chapter 20 Good night, stupid junior. Okay, we're home. Jiang Jian rubbed Fang Haoyu's face. Fang Haoyu still had a wise smile on his face, hey, is this the home of me and my senior sister? Stupid junior. You have to drink so much. Jiang Jian looked at him lovingly. As soon as Fang Haoyu returned home, he lay down on the sofa in the living room. The drunk junior is such an idiot. Quite cute. How about taking a picture? Jiang Jian took out her cell phone, squatted down and leaned her head next to him. Crack. Jiang Jian was very satisfied looking at the photos on her phone. In the photo, Fang Haoyu was lying on the sofa with his eyes closed and a silly smile on his face.
Next to her was Jiang Jian making a face. This photo would be great as a wallpaper. Jiang Jian rubbed Fang Haoyu's face and said unhappily, "You are so drunk. If it weren't for me, you would have been defiled by other women. It's late at night. Boys should know how to protect themselves when they go out. What if someone picks you up? Did you get it? Idiot. I'm your savior. Tell me thank you when you wake up tomorrow." Fang Haoyu has fallen asleep. Now he has fallen asleep. The senior was left alone talking to herself. "Jiang Jian, it seems that you can't take a shower, so you can only sleep on the sofa tonight." Then she took out the blanket and covered Fang Haoyu with it. Of course, she got one for herself, too. There are 2 sofas in the living room, just enough for one person. Don't think that I can't sleep alone. I'm just afraid that you can't sleep without me. Jiang Jian said proudly. Good night, stupid fellow. The next day, Fang Haoyu woke up from the sofa. He felt a slight headache and could hardly open his eyes. Hiss. He carefully recalled what happened last night. He only remembered that after he paid the bill, the effects of the alcohol started to kick in. He felt dizzy after feeling the evening breeze, and then he heard a familiar voice. Who was it? Who called him at that time? It seems that Shen Yi. His memory stopped at the moment Shen Yi called him. What exactly happened later? Fang Haoyu racked his brains but couldn't remember. What is this? Fang Haoyu looked at the familiar environment around him. How did I get back by myself? Fang Haoyu looked confused. Suddenly he lifted the blanket from his body and checked his clothes. Check to see if you were molested by other women last night. Fortunately, the clothes are still intact. I was scared to death. Are you up? Jiang Jian walked out of the kitchen. I cooked porridge for you, go wash up and drink it while it's hot. Fang Haoyu nodded. He reeked of alcohol, and he felt embarrassed to approach the senior student without taking a shower. After a while, Fang Haoyu finished washing. He came to the table. The senior student had already served him a bowl of porridge in advance. The porridge was not that hot at this time. The temperature is just right. Jiang Jian also filled a small bowl for herself and ate it in small bites. Fang Haoyu felt that the atmosphere was a little awkward. That senior, how did I get back last night? Jiang Jian said calmly, I'll take you back. Fang Haoyu asked tentatively, did you see? Jiang Jian didn't wait for him to finish, her expression was very calm, I saw your ex. Fang Haoyu hurriedly explained, senior sister, she is not my ex, I have no relationship with her anymore, she has rejected me, please don't misunderstand. Jiang Jian showed a triumphant smile on her face, why do you have to explain to me? Is it important? Fang Haoyu lowered his head in embarrassment, not knowing how to explain, this. Jiang Jian found it very funny to see her junior acting so silly. She can easily control her junior every time. It's really fun. What if such a naive junior student gets cheated? Why not let me cheat? Fang Haoyu was silent for a while, but still said honestly, it's very important. What? Jiang Jian was stunned. Fang Haoyu, I said it's important to let senior know about this. He no longer cares. Sincerity is the secret weapon. Jiang Jian chuckled and said gently, you are really honest. Fang Haoyu suddenly said, senior sister, I actually don't think you are aloof at all. Jiang Jian became interested and raised her eyebrows and asked, why? I don't know. At least when I get along with you, I don't feel that you are aloof. I think you are quite lively sometimes. Jiang Jian couldn't help laughing in her heart. Stupid junior. Is there a possibility? Am I only doing this to you? I don't think he's pretending, he's really stupid. Can you tell me about that girl? Your story with her. Jiang Jian asked. Fang Haoyu did not hide it, I met her in the first year of high school. She was the most beautiful girl in our class. She and I were deskmates at the time, and she often asked me for help. Then I felt a little fond of her. Isn't that what teenage boys do? I met a girl who matched my aesthetic taste, and I fell in love with her after getting to know her. We had a very good relationship during our 3 years of high school, and everyone in our class thought we would be together after graduation. Jiang Jian asked, what happened next? Fang Haoyu was silent for a while, then slowly said, she rejected me.
She told me that as long as I was admitted to the same university as her, she would be with me.
Jiang Jian, so this is why you are repeating the year.
I didn't expect that this stupid junior is also a love-brained person.
Fang Haoyu nodded.
I also successfully entered Jiang University, but she didn't choose to be with me. But it doesn't matter. I have let it go. It was just a verbal promise. If you want to blame someone, you can only blame me for taking it seriously.
Jiang Jian looked at him distressedly. How can someone who can't even keep her promise be worthy of being with you?
Fang Haoyu smiled and said, Senior, have you made the promise you promised me a long time ago?
Jiang Jian said calmly, yes.
Fang Haoyu, has it been fulfilled?
Jiang Jian propped up her face with her hands and looked at him with a meaningful look.
It should be considered fulfilled, at least from a legal perspective. Fang Haoyu was a little confused. What does promise have to do with the law?
Jiang Jian, guess.
Fang Haoyu smiled foolishly and said, although I can't guess, but I know that senior sister is a person who keeps her promises, and this is enough.
Jiang Jian smiled calmly. In fact, you are also a person who keeps his promises.
Fang Haoyu scratched his head, a little embarrassed. That's right, after all, I have been admitted to Jiang University as agreed, but she didn't fulfill it.
Well, senior, let me help you wash the dishes.
Fang Haoyu hurriedly picked up the dishes and took them to the kitchen to wash.
Jiang Jian's eyes became deeper. In fact, we are fulfilling the same promise. Chapter 21 immediately.
Perhaps Fang Haoyu felt guilty and finally started typing. He hasn't written anything in the past 2 days. If he doesn't update, his fans will send him razor blades. Fang Haoyu racked his brains just to write 4,000 words. But he really hasn't had any inspiration recently. It took me about 2.5 hours to barely finish 2 chapters. Fang Haoyu murmured, I feel like I need to go out for a walk and look for some inspiration. But it seems boring to go out alone. How about asking senior sister if she wants to go? How can you stay at home all the time during the holidays? He definitely didn't ask the senior out just to be alone with her. That's right, I was afraid that my senior would be too lonely at home. Immediately, he walked to the living room and looked at the senior who was studying, and asked tentatively, Senior, are you free tonight?
Jiang Jian stopped writing and asked, what's wrong?
Fang Haoyu scratched his head and said a little embarrassedly, senior sister, are you free tonight?
Jiang Jian was slightly stunned and gave a questioning look.
Fang Haoyu explained, I just want to go to the park tonight to find some inspiration. Do you want to take a walk with me?
Jiang Jian tilted her head and looked at him. Are you asking me out? Want to date me? Dating? Dating a senior?
Fang Haoyu couldn't help blushing. No.
Idiot. Jiang Jian sneered.
Fang Haoyu scratched his head awkwardly. Senior sister, if you don't have time.
Jiang Jian supported her chin with both hands and smiled faintly. Who said I don't have it? I will have it immediately.
Fang Haoyu didn't react.
Didn't you hear me?
I said it would be there immediately.
Well, thank you, senior.
Thank me. You're quite polite.
Jiang Jian smiled.
Fang Haoyu ran back to the esports room with a red face and continued typing.
Don't you, stupid junior, know what you mean?
Say he is stupid, and it turns out he is really stupid. Otherwise, just call him Smart Junior from now on.
Maybe even become a little smarter.
Jiang Jian murmured, will the child be as stupid as him in the future?
After dinner.
Senior sister, let's take a walk.
Fang Haoyu smiled.
Jiang Jian changed into a light purple dress, her eyes curved when she smiled, giving people a very pure feeling. How is it? Does it look good?
Jiang Jian turned around carefully.
Fang Haoyu swallowed his saliva. It's so beautiful. The senior sister's outfit today is absolutely amazing. This set gave him a feeling of pure first love. Jiang Jian was very satisfied with his expression. Let's go, Tilda. Okay, Tilda. There is a park near the community downstairs. After arriving at the park, many children were chasing and playing. There were grandpas and grandmas dancing together in the square, and there were young couples sitting on the benches and being affectionate. The two of them strolled in the park. Senior, why don't you go home for the Mid-Autumn Festival? Fang Haoyu asked curiously. Fang Haoyu doesn't go home because his father won't let him go back. Then why didn't he, the senior sister, go back?
Jiang Jian said calmly, I will be alone when I go back. My dad is usually busy and rarely comes home. My mother died of illness when I was very young. Senior. I'm sorry, I shouldn't. Fang Haoyu realized that he seemed to have said something wrong. Jiang Jian shook her head, it's okay. In fact, I envy you. Your mother often sends me messages. I can feel that she treats me as her daughter. Fang Haoyu didn't know that Liang Yun would message Jiang Jian privately. Is that so? Your father is a nice guy, too. Fang Haoyu. Good person. I even doubt whether I am his biological child. How could you not let your son go home during the holidays? Jiang Jian forced a smile and said, my father is the only one left in my family now, so he treats me very well. He basically gives me whatever I want. Fang Haoyu didn't know why he felt a little distressed. Senior. In fact, I can also be your family. Fang Haoyu blurted out subconsciously. Jiang Jian was slightly startled, her cheeks slightly flushed. What do you mean? Fang Haoyu blushed and explained, didn't we get the marriage certificate? At least now I can be considered your family member legally. Jiang Jian chuckled, idiot. I'm not stupid. Just stupid. Not stupid, not stupid, not stupid. It's just stupid, it's just stupid, it's just stupid. The two of them bickered like little kids. Senior, look, someone is singing. At this time, a long-haired man was singing at the edge of the park square. Let's go and have a look too. I have to say that this street singing guy has quite a complete range of equipment. Many people came to the steps and sat down to listen to the music. This singing boy mostly sings love songs. Most of them are ordered by couples on site. Fang Haoyu brought Jiang Jian to the steps and sat down, listening quietly to the song sung by this young man. I listened for about 10 minutes. He smiled and asked, does anyone want to come up and sing a song? It's a very happy thing to sing for the person you love. There were many couples present who were eager to make something happen. But I was afraid that my singing would not sound good, so I was hesitant. Fang Haoyu glanced at his senior. Thinking about the little things I have experienced with my senior schoolmate during this period of time. He suddenly thought of a song. I really want to sing it out. Hey little brother, do you want to come up? I see you really want to sing for your girlfriend. Perhaps his expression was too obvious, and the singing boy caught his thoughts at a glance. Fang Haoyu subconsciously glanced at his senior. Jiang Jian smiled calmly, I want to hear you sing, too. The senior students all said so. Fang Haoyu did not hesitate any further. Immediately, he stood up, walked to the singing boy and took the microphone. He whispered to the singing boy what he was going to sing. The singing boy made an okay gesture. The name of this song is You Can Hear It, and I want to sing it to my senior. Fang Haoyu looked at his senior with meaningful eyes. Jiang Jian was slightly startled and murmured, is this actually this song? As the accompaniment slowly sounded. Fang Haoyu spoke slowly. Who knows better than me? You are as gentle as a feather. The secret lies in my arms. Only you can hear it. I want to hide your kindness. Only I can see it. Fang Haoyu's gentle singing voice was full of emotion and almost infected all the couples present. Some couples were singing along. Some couples couldn't help but kiss each other. Stick to learning from simple children. I can't bear to leave. When the song ended, the young man singing nearby was stunned. This guy sings really well. Thank you. Fang Haoyu handed the microphone to the singing boy, and then couldn't wait to find the senior student. Senior sister, how is it? Can you hear me? Fang Haoyu asked softly. Yeah, I can hear you. Chapter 22 We are husband and wife, and we have already obtained the marriage certificate. The two of them smiled in perfect tacit understanding. Let's go, senior sister. Fang Haoyu stretched out his hand. Jiang Jian tilted her head and smiled, do you want to hold my hand? Fang Haoyu's face flushed slightly as he explained, I was afraid that my senior sister would fall. Jiang Jian pursed her lips and smiled, not exposing him, well, since you are doing this for my own good, there is nothing I can do. She held Fang Haoyu's hand openly. Let's go. Jiang Jian did not let go of his hand after she stood up. The two of them tacitly did not let go. Fang Haoyu was holding the senior sister's hand at this time. So soft and smooth. Is this the senior sister's hand?
It feels so good, I don't want to let go. Fang Haoyu's heart was beating like a deer, but he still pretended to be calm. The senior students didn't say anything. What are you nervous about? We've already got the marriage certificate, so it's not too much to hold hands, right? He secretly glanced at the senior. I can see that the expression on the senior's face hasn't changed much. Why is there no response? Does my senior sister only treat me as her younger brother? A trace of loss flashed through Fang Haoyu's heart. What he didn't know was Jiang Jian appeared calm on the surface. My heart had already exploded. Oh. He held my hand. His hands are so big and make me feel safe. Calm down. Even my junior is not as excited as you. You must seize the initiative. Jiang Jian forced herself to control her expression, but her palms were sweating from nervousness. Junior, is senior soft? No. I'm sorry, senior sister. Fang Haoyu thought that the senior sister asked him to let go of her hand, and hurriedly tried to let go. He was about to let go, but the senior's small hand held his hand tightly. Jiang Jian frowned slightly. You don't like my hands? Fang Haoyu quickly shook his head. I like it very much. What do you like? I like senpai's hands. Abnormal. Question mark. Jiang Jian chuckled, idiot. Fang Haoyu had a bitter face and looked helpless. He has discovered it. The senior student seemed to enjoy teasing him. But he didn't feel disgusted, instead he enjoyed it a bit. Could it be that I am? Fortunately, Jiang Jian can't read minds. If she knew what was going on in Fang Haoyu's mind, she would definitely burst out laughing. The two walked to the center of the square in the park. There are a lot of children here. They basically have a toy in their hands. Watching these kids playing and fighting, he and his senior student couldn't help but stop and watch the scene quietly. Suddenly a childish voice was heard. Why are you guys looking at us? The two looked in the direction of the sound. A little boy was pulling a little girl, curiosity written all over his face. Fang Haoyu was slightly stunned. Why are you looking at me? He seemed to have said this when he was a child. Why do adults always like to look at us kids? Watching them playing and fighting, he had an indescribable feeling. It brought back some memories of my childhood. This may be why adults like to watch children fighting with each other. Every adult has a past self living in his or her heart. Fang Haoyu smiled calmly, because seeing you is like seeing my past self. Jiang Jian asked curiously, do you still remember things from your childhood? Fang Haoyu pondered for a moment. I don't really have many memories of my childhood. I forgot everything from a long time ago, but I still remember things from when I was about 10 years old. A trace of disappointment flashed across Jiang Jian's face. Is that so? Big brother, is this your girlfriend? She's so pretty. The little boy praised from the bottom of his heart. Both of them were stunned. Fang Haoyu was about to explain. Jiang Jian smiled slightly. No, we are not a couple. Fang Haoyu felt a little lost for some reason. We are husband and wife, and we have already obtained the marriage certificate. Fang Haoyu. The originally depressed mood suddenly became inexplicably happy. Are you a couple? But she was indeed right. The certificate they got was real. He glanced at the senior. Jiang Jian had a faint smile on her face. The little boy was very surprised. Fairy sister, you are married. Aren't you college students? Jiang Jian said gently, because we have reached the legal age for marriage, we can get married. The little boy's eyes lit up. So college students can also get married, right? You can do it when you grow up. Jiang Jian was very gentle to the little boy. Fang Haoyu's eyes were a little dazed. At this moment, Jiang Jian was like a fairy. Just like what the little boy said. Fairy sister. Such a gentle senior. The little boy nodded and immediately turned to look at the little girl beside him. When I grow up, I will marry you. Then I can always protect you. Those people will never bully you again. The little girl was slightly stunned and nodded shyly. Jiang Jian said seriously, little brother, promises are very important, you have to think it through. The little boy's eyes were firm. Don't worry. Jiang Jian couldn't help but touch the little boy's head. Come on, you have to protect her well. Before leaving, the little boy did not forget to praise the two, brother and sister. I wish you will have a baby soon. I hope you will never die. Immortality. Fang Haoyu couldn't help laughing. What kind of adjective is this? Senior, that little boy is very cute. Yeah, a lot like when you were a kid. Like when I was a kid. Have you seen photos of me when I was a kid? I just think you two look a bit alike. Hee, how is that possible? I was already handsome when I was a child. Shameless. After a while, Fang Haoyu saw a stall selling drinks. Senior, are you thirsty? Somewhat. Then I'll go buy you something to drink. You wait here for me. The parks here sell homemade thirst-quenching drinks. Things like jelly, mung bean soup, etc. Boss, 2 servings of jelly, please. Fang Haoyu said with a smile. Okay. Wait a minute. After a while, 2 servings of jelly were ready. Boss, how much is a serving of jelly? Can I have one for $3? A childish voice came. No, it's $5 per serving, the boss said in embarrassment. The little boy's face was full of disappointment. Okay. Fang Haoyu noticed that this boy was the one the senior student said looked like him. Here you go, little brother. Fang Haoyu generously handed him a portion of jelly in his hand. The little boy was slightly stunned and hesitated. No, this is bought by my big brother. Fang Haoyu smiled and said, it's okay, but you have to keep your word and protect the people you want to protect. He had a good impression of the little boy. The senior said that this boy looked very much like him. He didn't have much money when he was a child and wanted to eat jelly, but no one bought it for him. He was paying for his past self. The little boy showed a grateful expression. Thank you, brother. I will definitely protect her. Jiang Jian watched this scene not far away. I didn't expect that the stupid junior was actually quite kind. Jiang Jian's mouth corners unconsciously raised. I didn't expect you to be such a junior. I like it more. Chapter 23 Dual Personality. Senior, I'm back. Fang Haoyu ran back happily, holding a bowl of freshly bought jelly in his hand. Jiang Jian raised her eyebrows. Why did you only buy one? Don't you want to drink it? Fang Haoyu chuckled. I drank it, but I bought it for my younger self. And I'm not thirsty. Silly boy. Jiang Jian smiled indulgently. Senior sister, this is for you. Fang Haoyu said with a silly smile. The two found a place to sit down. Try it, this jelly is delicious. Have you eaten it? I haven't tried it, but from my experience, it must be delicious. If it's not delicious, you can beat me up. I won't hit you. Jiang Jian curled her lips. Why? Fang Haoyu asked curiously. Jiang Jian showed a look full of wisdom. Because I hit you, you can sue me for domestic violence. Fang Haoyu didn't expect that the senior sister could actually think of this level. Senior, are you suffering from paranoia? Get out. You're the one suffering from paranoid delusions. I was just kidding, idiot. Jiang Jian rolled her eyes at him. Fang Haoyu made a swearing gesture. It's okay, I won't sue my senior for domestic violence, I swear. Jiang Jian looked at him strangely. So you like being beaten by seniors? Fang Haoyu didn't know how to answer. Jiang Jian showed a meaningful look. So you have this habit, you are not? No. I really am not. Fang Haoyu hurriedly explained. Jiang Jian propped her chin with one hand, tilted her head, and smiled evilly. I haven't even told you what it is yet, you're reacting so strongly, is it really? Fang Haoyu coughed twice guiltily. I'm nothing. He showed a begging expression. Hey, senior sister, stop teasing me, you know I'm stupid. I'm already honest, please let me go. Jiang Jian pursed her lips and smiled. Okay, then I'll reluctantly let you go this time. Thank you, Your Majesty. Stand up. Jiang Jian gently scooped a spoonful of jelly from the bowl and put it into her mouth. Sweet, cool and tastes very good. Fang Haoyu looked at her expression with great anticipation. How is it, senior? Doesn't it taste delicious? Jiang Jian nodded. It's okay. Then why are you hitting me? I'm reluctant to stop fighting. Jiang Jian couldn't eat any more after eating almost half of it. Although it was delicious, she was a little full. There is still half left, and I don't really want to waste it. By the way, is there a human-shaped trash can next to me? Stupid junior. What's wrong? Smart senior sister. Fang Haoyu looked at her quietly. The more I look at the senior sister, the prettier she becomes. Before, he always secretly looked at the senior student's face, but now he has become bolder. I can't eat anymore, help me finish it.
Jiang Jian handed over the remaining jelly. Me?
Fang Haoyu was slightly stunned. The jelly that the senior sister had eaten, the spoon that she had used.
If you don't eat it, I'll throw it away. Jiang Jian pretended to get up.
Eat. Fang Haoyu said hurriedly. Senior sister, you know I hate wasting food the most.
Let me take care of it.
Fang Haoyu said righteously. He definitely didn't want to eat what his senior had left over.
No. Absolutely not.
Take the jelly from the senior sister. Fang Haoyu finished half a bowl of jelly with enjoyment.
Hee, senior sister's jelly is delicious.
Jiang Jian looked at him with disdain. Junior brother, you are really a pervert.
Perverted junior.
Fang Haoyu was confused.
Senior, I am innocent.
Senior, I'm really not a pervert.
Yeah, I believe it.
Jiang Jian looked unconvinced. Fang Haoyu had an expression on his face that was uglier than crying. I finally understand what it means to say one thing and mean another. Perverted junior, there are a lot of childhood toys over there.
Jiang Jian suddenly said. Can you stop calling me a perverted junior?
I actually think stupid junior is pretty good too. Fang Haoyu said with a bitter face. The two came to the stall. The boss is a grandfather in his 60s. There are so many toys on the simple stall. Fang Haoyu recognized the hand-pushed flying saucer that he had played with before at a glance. So classic.
Do you want to buy it?
Jiang Jian saw what Fang Haoyu was thinking at a glance. Fang Haoyu scratched his head. Senior, you don't think I'm childish, do you?
Won't. Then I'll buy it.
Fang Haoyu also wanted to get back the feeling he had before. After a while, Fang Haoyu took the hand-pushed flying saucer and pushed it into the air. He happily ran over to show off to his senior.
How was it, senior? Did you fly high?
Childish. Fang Haoyu looked puzzled. Senior sister, do you have a split personality?
Jiang Jian said calmly, yes, it is my second personality now.
A little boy with a flat head next to him flew his flying saucer for about 10 meters.
He said to Fang Haoyu provocatively, Big brother, you are too weak. You are not as good as a kid like me.
Fang Haoyu.
Am I being mocked by a child?
You can't even fly as high as other kids.
Jiang Jian couldn't help laughing.
Fang Haoyu's manly desire to win was aroused.
Brother kid. I'll show you what a real flying saucer is. Just like that, he started the second game directly with the kid. Jiang Jian couldn't help but laugh and said, how childish.
Fool. In this match, Fang Haoyu finally managed to win the game. Fortunately, he has an advantage over the kid in both strength and height.
Otherwise, I really lost.
The kid said unconvincedly, when I grow taller, I will definitely be able to beat you.
Fang Haoyu was full of smugness. If you're new, practice more. After the little brother left, Fang Haoyu looked like he was begging for praise. How is it? Senior sister, am I awesome?
Childish.
Fang Haoyu said with a little bit of coquettishness. Senior.
You've already said that you don't think I'm childish anymore.
That was said by the first personality. What does it have to do with my second personality?
Fang Haoyu finally admitted it. He really can't beat his senior. The senior student always manages to get the upper hand over him.
Childish ghost, it's time to go back.
Good. The two of them walked around for quite a while. He also felt a little tired. Today is the third and last day of the holiday. Fang Haoyu is going back to school. Why do I feel a little reluctant? Fang Haoyu has been very happy these days. And he has made up his mind. He really did fall in love with the senior. Senior, can I come here every weekend from now on? Fang Haoyu asked tentatively.
Jiang Jian propped up her chin and raised her eyebrows. Stupid, didn't I tell you that this is our wedding room? If you want to come, just send me a message.
Fang Haoyu blushed shyly and nodded calmly. I don't know why the senior said this was their wedding room. He felt inexplicably happy. Senior, I'm leaving now. Jiang Jian looked at him tenderly and murmured, Stupid junior, it's not like we can't meet at school. Chapter 24 The Sweet and Soft Boy. The night before school starts.
Sons. Your daddy is back.
Fang Haoyu looked excited.
Oh, my beloved son is finally back. Zhu Ziran smiled with relief, his smile was as kind as a father's. Ling Jikai, during the past few days when you were away, Zhu Ziran's hormones had nowhere to radiate. I was so sick that I even went to other dormitories. Zhu Ziran angrily said, "Get lost. Stop spreading rumors, you damn sugarcane." Fang Haoyu came over and patted their shoulders. "You two should stop quarreling all the time. It hurts me to see you." Yao Yutong asked in confusion, "Why do you feel so bad when they are bickering?" "Leader, let me ask you, if you were a father, would you want to see your two sons killing each other?" Fang Haoyu showed a heartbroken expression. "I hope my two good sons can get along well." Zhu Ziran smiled and nodded. Okay, it seems that your butt is itchy. Damn sugarcane. Here it comes." The two of them cooperated very well. He directly grabbed Fang Haoyu. No, I was wrong. This is my problem. Don't worry about it, brother Jie." Fortunately, Fang Haoyu begged for mercy quickly, otherwise he would be in trouble. "You two are usually quite active in bickering, but I didn't expect you to have such a good understanding of each other." Yao Yutong teased. Fang Haoyu couldn't help being mean again. Husband and wife must have a tacit understanding. Zhu Ziran said unhappily, "What husband and wife? I'm not gay. Even if I were, I wouldn't look for this piece of shit." Ling Jikai snorted, "I like girls, not boys. Do you think I'm a pervert like Zhu Ziran?" Only Yao Yutong knew what Fang Haoyu meant. "I still remember the night we drank 2 days ago." Fang Haoyu also specially recorded a video. Fang Haoyu smiled evilly, "Let me show you a video." Ling Jikai raised his eyebrows, his face full of curiosity. "What video? It must be beautiful. You can't show it to others casually." Zhu Ziran thought it was that kind of video, and an excited look appeared on his face. "I like watching this kind of video. If the heroine is good looking, send me a copy." Fang Haoyu showed a sinister smile. "The heroine's bag is nice, but she's a little thin." The moment he clicked on the video. Kai. Of course. Zhu Ziran was dumbfounded. Ling Jikai was also confused. The two people looked at each other. Even though the two of them didn't react at this time. In fact, the person had been gone for quite a while. Until the end of the video. "Will you marry me?" "I do." "Husband. Wife." The two people's hanging hearts finally died. Yao Yutong's face had turned red from trying to hold back her laughter. "This is a public execution." Puff. Har. Yao Yutong still couldn't help it. Fang Haoyu is different, he has received professional training. No matter how funny it is, he won't laugh. Unless you can't help it. Har. Fang Haoyu held his stomach and laughed. He has actually secretly watched this video several times. "I have already laughed secretly in private. I thought I was immune. But a public execution in front of the person involved is much funnier than watching it secretly by yourself. Plus, the expressions of this clown couple are just too funny." Zhu Ziran and Ling Jikai's faces darkened. After a while, the two of them laughed in tacit understanding. "Why are you laughing too? You think it's funny too, har. Fang Haoyu added fuel to the fire. "Zhu Ziran, one for each of you, I will catch the culprit. Ling Jikai, I will arrest the leaders." Zhu Ziran showed a lewd smile. "I think you two don't understand at all." "No. It has nothing to do with me." Yao Yutong shouted hurriedly. "No, I was wrong. I will never record secretly again." Fang Haoyu admitted his mistake at the speed of light. Too late. Onto the sugar cane. "Wait a minute." Ling Jikai suddenly shouted. "What's wrong?" Zhu Ziran asked puzzledly. "You smell like a woman." Ling Jikai stared at Fang Haoyu suspiciously. "Did you find a girlfriend behind our dormitory's back?" Zhu Ziran? Yao Yutong? Ling Jikai sighed. "I originally thought that you would accompany the three of us all the way, but I didn't expect that I was wrong." Fang Haoyu was a little surprised. I didn't expect Ling Jikai's nose was sharper than a dog's. He has been living with a beautiful senior student these days, and he really has the scent of the senior student on him. "I don't have a girlfriend." Fang Haoyu explained. "Ling Jikai, I don't believe it. I smelled it before we drank last time." You must have secretly found a girlfriend and betrayed the organization. The villagers will not let you go. Ju Ziran, that's right, 3357 doesn't welcome you anymore, Garner. Fang Haoyu said helplessly, what the hell is going on? I really don't have a girlfriend. Although he really wanted the senior to be his girlfriend. But he was not sure whether he could succeed in his confession. As for when the two of them can truly be together, he doesn't know either. Let's take it one step at a time. Then where does the smell come from? My own body odor. Ju Ziran directly exposed him. 6. You are also attracted by body odor, how can I not know what you smell like? Yao Yutong said calmly, is there a possibility that he hasn't caught up with that girl yet? Can you guys use your brains to think about it? Ling Jikai patted his head, oh, right, Haoyu, who is the person you like? Do I know him? Fang Haoyu thought for a moment and said, she probably knows you, but she probably doesn't know you. Ling Jikai asked, how far have you progressed? Fang Haoyu scratched his head, get the certificate, right? Ling Jikai looked unconvinced, do you believe it? Ju Ziran was full of disbelief, I believe it. Yao Yutong also looked unconvinced, I believe it too. Fang Haoyu didn't expect them to believe it. After all, he said he got married right after entering college. Who can believe it? But it's also a way to give them a heads up in advance. What if he could really be with the senior? By then, I can say that I have reminded them. Ling Jikai said to Fang Haoyu earnestly, boys should be sweet and soft, be careful not to be fooled by those women who smell of cigarettes. Fang Haoyu looked confused. The senior is the one who is sweet and soft. When Fang Haoyu thought of his senior, a crazy smile appeared on his face, impossible, she is the one who is fragrant and soft. Ling Jikai said righteously, the most important thing is, if you really let me get rid of my singleness, what will we three do? Dude, can you bear to see the three of us being single? Unless what? Ling Jikai chuckled and said, recommend 2 girls for each of us 3. Preferably the ones with better looks. Get out. Fang Haoyu said unhappily. Girls' dormitory. Jiang, why are you smiling so happily at the phone screen? Yang Xiaoling asked puzzledly. Chapter 25, the senior sister is indeed a contrast. During this period of time, she really couldn't understand Jiang Jian more and more. She laughed more this semester than she had in the past 2 years. Could it be that she is really in love? Yang Xiaoling looked at Jiang Jian with an increasingly suspicious look. Jiang Jian said calmly, I remembered something funny. Yang Xiaoling, Jiang, you've been acting weird lately. What's wrong? Jiang Jian was slightly stunned. You are actually smiling at the phone. Do you have someone you like? Yang Xiaoling vaguely felt that something was wrong. Jiang Jian said she is not in a relationship, which means she has someone she likes. I won't tell you. Jiang Jian said lightly. Oh. Jiang Jian. You've changed. You weren't like this before, woo. You have a cold heart. Yang Xiaoling looked very sad. If there had not been a tear in her eyes, Jiang Jian would have believed it. Jiang Jian. Yang Xiaoling wanted to cry but had no tears. You are already a junior, and now you are suddenly in love. There must be no problem since you are so pretty. Then what should I do? Who would like an old senior like me? I'm this old now, I definitely don't want to fall in love, Jiang Jian comforted. Yang Xiaoling's complexion just improved. I'll just get married. Yang Xiaoling's expression immediately changed back. Jiang, you dare to play tricks on me? Jiang Jian smiled and said, you change your expression very quickly. Yang Xiaoling felt very wronged and started to rage helplessly, I don't care. If you are no longer single, I will have no one to eat with in the future. You have to introduce me to a man. A handsome guy. Monday's class. 8 in the morning. 4 people from dormitory 3357 entered the classroom on time. This class is advanced mathematics. These 4 people have one thing in common. That means I didn't eat breakfast. It was tea until I went to college that I realized that eating breakfast is a niche thing. Either I have no time to eat at 8 a.m., or I have no classes in the morning and sleep until noon. Of course, the students who arrive in the classroom last will receive special treatment. That means sitting in the front row. Those who arrive late will no longer have the chance to sit in the back.
The people in dormitory 3357 had no choice but to sit in the front seats. Ling Jikai was the first to pass on the blame. Leader, as a class leader, you don't even get up early to set an example. Yao Yutong said angrily, I got up a long time ago. I kept calling you, but you are sleeping like a pig. Zhu Ziran looked like he hadn't woken up yet. The alarm clock this morning was Ganger's, right? Your alarm clock didn't wake you up, but it woke up the three of us. You are such a fool. Ling Jikai curled his lips and said, I set the alarm to wake you up, and then you can wake me up after you wake up. In essence, it is still to wake me up. Fang Haoyu suddenly realized, so this is how you were born. From now on, when we are woken up by his alarm clock, we will sneak away and let him sleep by himself. Ling Jikai hurried over with a licked face. No, brothers, you also know that my ears are really not working well. I can't hear the sound of the alarm clock every time. Fang Haoyu frowned. What did you call us? Dad. Ling Jikai said shamelessly. Zhu Ziran, what about me? Dad. Yao Yutong, ahem. Dad. Fang Haoyu nodded with satisfaction. Don't worry, dear son, the dads will wake you up. Advanced math classes are boring. Even if they were sitting in the front, they still couldn't hear it. It is obvious that most people are very resistant to mathematics. Fang Haoyu is no exception. So he didn't attend the class. Instead, he took out his cell phone and started watching videos. But he found watching videos boring. He is only thinking of one person now. That's the senior. How about sending her a message? I have known her for such a long time, but we have never had a proper chat on WeChat. Fang Haoyu described Jiang Ziyan as a smart senior. The last time I sent a message to my senior was last time. But what should I post? Who are you messaging? Ling Jikai sensed something was wrong. Message your crush, huh? Fang Haoyu said stubbornly, no. Not yet. Your acting skills are still too poor. I'm experienced in the love field and can see what you are thinking at a glance. Ling Jikai's mouth corners slightly raised. Fang Haoyu asked seriously, really? Ling Jikai patted his chest and assured, it's guaranteed. How many have you dated? There has been no discussion yet. Fang Haoyu. Ling Jikai, haven't you heard that military advisors never go to the battlefield? I just need to plan the strategy. Fang Haoyu was speechless. I'd better do it myself. After sending Ling Jikai away, he thought for a long time, and finally sent a message. Senior, are you awake? Girls' dormitory. Jiang Ziyan looked at the message sent by Fang Haoyu. Stupid junior, senior, are you awake? The corners of her mouth involuntarily rose slightly. The stupid junior actually took the initiative. Got it. Smart senior, not awake yet. Stupid junior, who is messaging me now? Smart senior, second personality. Stupid junior. Smart senior, what's wrong? Miss me. The moment Fang Haoyu saw the message, his face couldn't help but feel hot. What truth are you talking about, senior? Stupid junior, no, I'm just bored. Jiang Ziyan couldn't help laughing. Based on her understanding of the stupid junior, he was probably shy by now. Say one thing and mean another. Sunder. It seems like today is the Sunder Junior. Stupid junior, senior, don't you have classes? Smart senior, no, there are a lot fewer classes in the third year. Stupid junior, I'm so jealous. I have to learn advanced mathematics. I hate mathematics. I'm afraid I'll fail the final exam. What should I do? Smart senior, I can help you with advanced math, but you seem to hate math, so there is nothing I can do. The senior student gave him tutoring in advanced mathematics. Fang Haoyu could already imagine what it would be like for the two of them to study alone. Are you spending time alone with your senior? In fact, he doesn't seem to hate advanced mathematics that much. Stupid junior, actually, I still like math very much, especially subjects like advanced math, which are a challenge for me. Please, senior. Smart senior, that depends on your sincerity. Stupid junior, then I'll treat you to a meal. Fang Haoyu regretted it the moment he sent the message. Invite someone to dinner? With so many suitors, this senior definitely won like this meal. And it seems that he is the beneficiary of the dinner invitation to the senior sister. Are my intentions too obvious? It won't offend her, right? Stupid senior, I'll think about it. Fang Haoyu was slightly surprised when he saw the emoticon. He originally thought that such a beautiful girl like the senior should use such a cute expression pack. I didn't expect the senior's emoticons to be so abstract. The senior is really a contrast in private. Chapter 26. Do you dislike me? Jiang Jian lay on the bed in the dormitory, her white little feet swinging back and forth behind her. You can see that she is in a very good mood. Yang Xiaoling said suspiciously, Jiang, you look very happy. Jiang Jian retracted her smile and said calmly, is there? Yang Xiaoling said faintly, you are so poor. Your little feet are almost up to the sky, and you still say no. Only then did Jiang Jian realize that her jade feet had betrayed her. But this did not affect her stubbornness, maybe it has its own ideas. Yang Xiaoling said speechlessly, the dead duck is still stubborn. Jiang Jian pouted, I am a beautiful duck, not a dead duck. Yang Xiaoling shook her head, you have changed, you have become narcissistic, you are no longer the Jiang I knew, there is something wrong with you. You are definitely in love. I checked it out online. If someone suddenly smiles foolishly at their phone, they must be in love. Jiang Jian. The internet is full of scams for fools like you. You can even find out about cancer on the internet if you have a stomachache. Yang Xiaoling was shaken, really? Really? Jiang Jian nodded seriously. I trust you once. Why are you laughing so foolishly? Ling Jikai looked at Fang Haoyu with a puzzled look. I won't tell you. Fang Haoyu said lightly. Okay, if you don't tell me, I'll check it online. Fang Haoyu. Fang Haoyu ignored this fool. I don't know why I want to see her so much. I haven't seen my senior for more than 10 hours. It feels so uncomfortable. I don't know if senior sister has had breakfast. Stupid junior, senior, have you had breakfast? Smart senior, no, what's wrong? Stupid junior, skipping breakfast is bad for your health. My class is almost over, I'll buy it for you. Do you like sweet or salty soy milk? This idiot is bringing me breakfast. Jiang Jian was suddenly stunned. She doesn't like drinking soy milk very much. Smart senior, I like sweet drinks. Of course, except for the one given by my stupid junior. She doesn't like sweet drinks, she likes the ones given to her by her junior classmates. Stupid junior, senior, should I buy one for your roommate? Smart senior, you still want to send 2 people. You are quite good, 2 timing, you scumbag junior. Fang Haoyu suddenly felt a chill on his back. He just wanted to give a good impression to his senior's roommate. In this way, maybe the other person would say a few good words for him in front of his roommate. I didn't expect that the senior sister would actually call him a scumbag. He was sweating profusely. Senior, you don't really think I'm a scumbag, do you? Ling Jikai laughed and said, what's wrong with you? The classroom is quite cold, isn't it? Why are you sweating? Are you weak? Fang Haoyu was speechless, I just like to sweat a little. Stupid junior, senior, I am wronged. Then I will only buy yours. I am really not a scumbag. Jiang Jian chuckled. She could already imagine the stupid junior sweating profusely. Jiang Jian glanced at Yang Xiaoling, who was studying with headphones on, and whispered softly, do you want to have breakfast? You don't want to eat, right? If you don't say anything, I'll take that as your consent. Okay, then I'll just ask my junior to buy one. It's you who didn't want to eat it, so don't blame me for not asking you when the time comes. Yang Xiaoling, who was wearing headphones, didn't realize at this moment that she had refused a breakfast. Smart senior, I asked her, and she said she doesn't eat it. She doesn't like to eat breakfast bought by others. Stupid junior, okay. I understand. 10 minutes between classes in college. Fang Haoyu plans to use this time to deliver breakfast. Simply delivering breakfast. It's definitely not because I want to see senior. Ling Jikai asked curiously, there is still the second half of the class, where are you going? Fang Haoyu said calmly, I'm going to buy breakfast. Ju Ziran, Dad, buy me some breakfast. It's no use even if you call me Grandpa. Fang Haoyu refused mercilessly. I have to bring breakfast to my senior. As for his sons, just drink some of your own saliva to satisfy your hunger. It's okay for this son to be hungry. It would be bad if the senior sister got hungry. Fang Haoyu hurried to the cafeteria to buy breakfast. After all, he didn't have much time, and the classroom was quite far from the dormitory. If I don't run faster, I'll be late when I get back. This was the first time he felt that a smaller school would be better. I want a cup of sweet soy milk and 2 buns. After buying breakfast, he slowed down a lot and was very careful, for fear that the soy milk would accidentally spill. Soon he arrived downstairs at the girls' dormitory. "Senior, I'm here." Jiang Jian raised her eyebrows slightly when she received the news. "So fast? Shouldn't we still be in the classroom at this time?" Jiang Jian glanced at the time and understood. This stupid junior came here during break time. Fool! Jiang Jian hurriedly put on her slippers and went downstairs. Stupid junior, why didn't you say so earlier? Otherwise she would definitely go down and wait early. Fang Haoyu was already downstairs at this time. He held a breakfast in his hand and looked at the exit of the girls' dormitory building from time to time. After a while, Jiang Jian came out. She was wearing a loose white t-shirt and had her hair tied into a bun. The beautiful face and lively eyes give people a youthful and lively feeling. "Senior, I'm here." Fang Haoyu raised his hand. Jiang Jian trotted over and said, "Look at you, your face is covered in sweat." She didn't know when a pink handkerchief appeared in her hand, and she began to wipe the sweat off Fang Haoyu's face. Fang Haoyu's face instantly turned red all the way to his neck. Would this be too intimate? Senior sister's handkerchief smells so good. "Senior, let me do it myself." Fang Haoyu took the handkerchief. If the atmosphere continues to be so ambiguous, he will sweat more and more due to nervousness. Jiang Jian said with some distress, "You can come after class, you don't have to be so anxious. Our school isn't like a high school. You must be tired from running here, right?" Fang Haoyu smiled awkwardly, "I'm not tired. It will be 10:30 when I finish my class. I'm afraid that my senior sister will be hungry. It's not good for your health to skip breakfast." Jiang Jian laughed and said, "Idiot. Here you go." Fang Haoyu smiled and handed the breakfast to the senior. Jiang Jian raised her eyebrows. "Are you just here to deliver breakfast?" Fang Haoyu said shyly, "I also want to come and see my senior sister." Jiang Jian smiled playfully, "Why are you looking at me? Did you miss me?" Fang Haoyu nodded honestly, "Yeah." Jiang Jian was slightly stunned. She didn't expect that the stupid junior was so honest and didn't even pretend to be stubborn. "Have you seen enough?" Jiang Jian tilted her head and smiled. "Look, I've seen enough. I'm going to class now. I'll return the handkerchief to you." Jiang Jian chuckled and said, "I'll give it to you. You'll definitely be sweating when you run back later." Fang Haoyu hesitated, but Jiang Jian frowned slightly. "Do you dislike me?" Chapter 27 The world is upside down. Fang Haoyu subconsciously said, "How is it possible? How could I dislike my senior sister?" Jiang Jian couldn't help but raise her lips. "If you don't dislike it, then that means you like it." I think so." Fang Haoyu blushed. Looking at such a junior, Jiang Jian just thought he was very cute. The silly junior is so adorable. Senior, it's getting late and class is about to start. I have to go back. See you next time." Jiang Jian nodded, "Yeah." Seeing the flustered back of the stupid junior, she couldn't help laughing. What an idiot. Jiang. Why didn't you call me when you went to buy breakfast?" Yang Xiaoling pouted, her face full of unhappiness. Jiang Jian said calmly, "I didn't buy it. Someone gave it to me as a gift. And I asked you okay, but you ignored me." Yang Xiaoling looked puzzled. "When did you ask me? And I was wearing headphones just now." "Wait a minute. You said this was breakfast someone gave you." Yang Xiaoling looked incredulous. "It's upside down. The world is upside down. It's turned upside down into something I don't recognize." Jiang University Campus Beauty. Aloof senior sister. Iceberg goddess. You actually accepted breakfast sent by others. Is it a man or a woman? Is it androgynous? Is it younger than you or older than you? Jiang Jian raised her eyebrows. "I won't tell you." At this moment, Yang Xiaoling really felt like she was dreaming. The coolest beauty in the school. Who doesn't know that she never approaches boys? I don't know how many boys wanted to get closer to her, but the final result was always the same, they returned empty-handed. How could I not know what kind of personality my best friend has? Now she actually told me that I accepted someone else's breakfast. Yang Xiaoling felt like she had been studying for an hour, but when she came to her senses, she found that the sky had fallen. Please tell me, I'm really curious about who can get close to our ice goddess. I want to see if he is handsome, tall, and has good character. Otherwise, why would he be your boyfriend? There was a hint of pleading in Yang Xiaoling's tone. In fact, it's mainly because she is also a bit gossipy. After all, Jiang Jian had never liked any man in college for so long, but now she actually has someone she likes. As Jiang Jian's best friend, how could she resist gossiping? Jiang Jian said calmly, "Why are you asking so many questions? If someone doesn't know, they would think you are choosing a man. And when did I say I had a boyfriend?" Yang Xiaoling was slightly stunned and asked, "Not a boyfriend? Then a suitor?" Jiang Jian said seriously, "He is the son of my father's friend. He just started college this year and is considered a junior. I took him to the dormitory when school started. So he bought me breakfast to repay me. That's reasonable, right?" "Yeah, that's it." She said before that she had obtained the marriage certificate, but Yang Xiaoling didn't believe it. Now she doesn't want to tell her bestie. She wanted to do something big quietly and then shock her silly best friend. Yang Xiaoling suddenly realized, "So that's how it is. I thought you were really in love, but it turns out it's your junior. I am finally relieved." Jiang Jian curled her lips. "Why? My love affair affects you." Yang Xiaoling explained, "That's not the case. If you were in a relationship, I would be alone. If you were to go out on dates often, I would be banished to the cold palace. I would be heartbroken. You find one too? Forget it, I'm still suitable for someone. I haven't met the right one in the past 2 years. The handsome ones have average character, and the ones with good character are not handsome enough." Jiang Jian hit the nail on the head, "So you deserve to be single." Yang Xiaoling stuck out her tongue, "So what? I just like being single and having you by my side." Jiang Jian sighed. This silly bestie. How would she feel if she knew that she had obtained the marriage certificate? Jiang Jian was already looking forward to the expression of her silly best friend after she knew everything. "Didn't you go to buy breakfast? Have you finished eating? Is it very hot in the cafeteria? Why are you sweating so much?" Ling Jikai asked curiously. Fang Haoyu returned to his seat panting, "Don't mention it, I'm so tired. This school is too big and too far from the dormitory building." Ling Jikai, what? You went back to the dormitory? The class is not even over yet, why did you go back? Fang Haoyu smiled foolishly. Of course, it was to bring breakfast to my senior. You guess. Ling Jikai was speechless, I'm a child. Still guessing. Fang Haoyu asked, "Do you have any paper with you? I can use it to wipe the sweat off my face." Ling Jikai took out a pack of tissues from his pocket and said, "Here you go." Fang Haoyu chuckled and said, "Thank you, sugarcane. I will buy you some sugarcane next time." Ling Jikai's face darkened, "Get lost." Fang Haoyu took a look at the pink handkerchief and put it away. He really didn't want to use the handkerchief given to him by his senior. "No. You have a handkerchief. And you ask me for tissues." Ling Jikai widened his eyes. Fang Haoyu explained, "This was given to me by someone else. I couldn't bear to use it to wipe my sweat." Ling Jikai was instantly possessed by Conan. "Pink? Someone gave it to you? You just went to the dormitory building. You were sweating all over. There's something wrong with you. There is only one truth. I know. You go buy breakfast for the girls." Ling Jikai was very shocked. "You betrayed the organization. You know that as the dormitory head, I have repeatedly warned the boys in dormitory 3357 to be careful of the girls and not to be deceived, but you didn't listen." Fang Haoyu asked in confusion, "Why?" Ling Jikai put on a mask of pain, "Because I'm still single, you can't be single either. If you are single before me, it will be more painful than killing me." He turned around and complained to the other 2 people. Zhu Ziran was very surprised. "What? Haoyu is in love? Which show is she the heroine of? Have I seen it?" Ling Jikai said with disgust, "You are hopeless. Yao Yutong, Haoyu, are you really looking for a girlfriend?" Fang Haoyu explained helplessly, "No, I don't have a girlfriend, it's just that I like her." Ling Jikai immediately said, "That's even worse. Giving breakfast to someone is too much of a lickspittle. What if they don't like you? What if they treat you like an ATM? Yao Yutong advised, Ganjer, don't think so badly of people. This is not the internet. There are not so many fairies. Fang Haoyu thought about it. Dog liquor? My senior sister cooked for me, so she has made some contribution. ATM. Her family seems to be quite wealthy, so she probably wouldn't be interested in the little things I have. After summarizing, Fang Haoyu loves his senior even more. Ling Jikai sighed, my son has grown up, and I can't keep him anymore. Get lost. Fang Haoyu